Okay, what is going on, people? ActivesiN here, and we're back for another week of the Den of Sin. And we got a lot of Nintendo stuff to talk about, because last week they announced the Switch like the day after, or the 2 days after the Den of Sin, so we missed all of it. So we're going to be talking a lot about the Switch today. So we got a lot of guests here today, so why don't you guys introduce yourself? Real Gamer, you can start us off.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Regamer27. Appreciate you letting me back on your show. A lot of Nintendo news to talk about today. Let's get it going.
All right, Mr. Sinister.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Sinister Tar Heel, and back in the Den of Sin. Let's roll.
All right, Mr. Nick.
Right, this is Nick from Gaming Incorporated, back from another episode of Den of Sin, and we are back in the rumor mill.
Got some stuff.
It's like pating.
Got some tobacco in there.
I guess so. And all right, Mr. Retro.
What's up, YouTube? Retro Bro here. Let's get the show on the road.
All right, and just like last week, you got special guest again with us, Miss Nia.
What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Nia, TheVideoGamHer, and I am yawning up a storm. I'm actually pretty tired right now.
Clean your house.
Yeah.
Like I have like clothes everywhere because like I just started working this week, and when I work, like there are clothes everywhere when I'm getting ready. So
those long shifts.
I need to get my life together for real. So
you work those long shifts, don't you?
Yes, I do. Well, on the weekends I do because I have 2 jobs. So
hey,
so like I'm always in and out of the house.
Yeah, you grinding, make that
sick,
money.
So I haven't been doing my job of getting my life together.
Gotta save up for that Switch money. Gotta save up.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Hey, you got that tax money for extra.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we always do on this show, we're going to start off with what we've been playing since last time we saw each other. So, Mr. Real Gamer, what have you been playing since last week?
Real Gamer hadn't been playing much, but I played a little some. Rise of Tomb Raider, love the game. I played probably about a few hours. What else? I think I put about 5 or 6 hours into that. Love it, man. Right now, I'm trying to go through every tomb. I'm trying to 100% complete this game. What else I'm playing? Play a little God of War remastered. What else?
You played Twilight Princess HD?
Yes, I played Twilight Princess past few days. I put in 12 hours on that.
Oh, damn. That's good.
Yeah, I love the game. I'm not sure if I played anything else. I guess that might be. I can't really think of nothing else.
Okay, well, that's a pretty good amount of games.
Ain't that bad?
What were you enjoying the most?
Oh, of course, you know Twilight Princess, man. You know that. Come on, that's no question.
Yeah, I don't even know why you even asked him that.
You knew the answer.
All right? He already knew the answer.
And just to be clear for everyone, Mr. Real Gamer, when he's talking about Rise of the Tomb Raider, this is the second time he's bought it because he bought it on the PlayStation 4 this time. Now that you're playing it on the glorious PS4 with all its power, is it 1,000 times better than the Xbox?
It's the same game, dude. It's the same game. The reason why I double dip because the cover looks really cool. They made the cases this game kind of like a little book, and it's pretty cool and everything. And of course, it come with a little extra DLC, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's on the Xbox One as well. But as a fan of the Tomb Raider Reboot series, I wanted to support the game again. I want a third. I don't know what the name of the game is going to be. I just want a third one, a reboot. Right?
Yeah, so basically it's the anniversary edition you got.
Yeah, I got the anniversary edition, so it looks pretty cool. And I just want another sequel, man. This game is fire. This game is probably, I don't know, man. It's probably like top 2-3 games this generation, man. It's a great game.
It definitely is one of the best games this generation.
Hey,
okay,
better than Nathan Drake. That's all I gotta say.
Well, obviously. So why don't we go on to you, Mr. Sinister? What have you been playing?
Oh, Battlefield, yo. Straight up.
Oh, how is Battlefield? I haven't had a chance to play anything other than the beta.
The story mode, it's okay, but the thing is, the dude on the cover, he was part of the Harlem Hellfighters. Just a little history for you guys. You know, they're known for their relentless, their fearlessness and stuff like that. But they rarely got any action in. But the story mode is just different viewpoints. I'm not gonna give nothing away, but as far as multiplayer, I will get into. I love it. You get like operations, you get like conquest, you got team deathmatch, which I've been playing the most. But I love operations. Try something different, but using those old school weapons. And then, of course, I want to say shout out to Lady Infamous, because I teamed up with her the past 2 nights. And we just going around just stabbing people with that bayonet, man. I love it. Of course, you may see my Battlefield highlights on my page if you haven't, just in case you haven't seen it. That explains it all.
Yeah.
I'll go check that out. I want that game, but I'm poor right now.
It actually looks pretty good. I don't know. I'll wait till it's a little cheaper. I don't want to spend that much money.
Well, yeah, I played the beta.
Yeah, the beta was alright.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Before you move on to somebody, I just want to say, Nvidia, I subscribe to your channel, but stuff like that just to see your videos and stuff and support.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
I didn't know you made videos, so I'll definitely sub to you.
Hey, just check my page when you have the time.
Hey guys, is it okay if I wear my deal again?
Which one?
I don't know if you remember, Neil, what we did last year.
Oh God.
It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun that we pissed off the whole entire Nintendo fan base. Where's it at? Where's it at?
I don't remember what you talking about. I don't remember that.
I can't believe you still have that thing.
Oh, that. Oh,
there you remember.
Wow.
That's how we felt last year about Nintendo.
We were so defeated, but now we have something to actually talk about. So that's
I guess I'll take it out.
Unreal. Okay. Who should we go to next? Mr. Retro, what have you been playing?
Surprisingly, I actually got time to play a little gaming. And by a little, I mean like half of Thursday and 2 hours on Friday. But I got to play a little Awesomenauts. I can tell I haven't played in a while because I got utterly destroyed. Like, I was forced to just use OP Froggy G just to win matches. And I've been playing a new RPG mobile game called Summoner's Wars. Pretty fun. You get to use like ninjas and stuff like that. You get monsters. You can sacrifice them all Yu-Gi-Oh style to become more powerful. It's pretty fun.
That sounds pretty interesting. Is that all you had the time to play this week?
Yeah.
I guess you were watching some anime too then. Anything good?
I finally finised up Hitman Reborn, all 9 seasons in 2 weeks.
Jesus.
It was amazing.
Binge watching.
Story of this kid that had like no confidence in himself, but his family was part of the mafia. He didn't know it, so he was forced to become a mafia boss, and they trained him in like fighting and stuff. And his right hand man uses dynamite, and then like his other teammate was an athlete that used a bat, and then they trained him into like a master swordsman. Like it was pretty raw.
Huh. Interesting.
Especially at the end when they was all killing everybody in suits. Classy yet violent. I loved it.
Wow.
All right. So, Mr. Nick, what have you been playing?
Still been working on Mafia 3.
How are you liking it now? Now you put more time into it.
Chugging along again as best I can. It's still pretty good. I'm having fun with it.
That's good.
I kind of like it's like kind of like playing 60s version Grand Theft Auto, but with more stealth.
Did they like put any patches in the game to fix the problems, or still the same?
Not that I know of. I haven't really run into that many problems. I mean,
Okay,
the worst
that's
problem
fine.
I've had. I'm not saying they're not there. I just was lucky enough not to run into them.
Yeah.
The worst one I had is like I was supposed to find some guy. Or I was supposed to get to some guy, but he ran off. But the game glitched to where it said like he was like right next to me the whole time. When he wasn't, I had to like do the little Xbox. I had to do a little reset on it to get it back to normal. But other than that, although I notice while I'm playing the game and it just decides to like just shut down on me for some reason. Like I'm playing it, it just turned like the game like turns off. Like I turned it off. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
It just completely closes.
Yeah, but I haven't really seen things like people floating in the air or this, that, and the other thing. I haven't really seen any of that yet.
Well, that's good. I saw some crazy pictures and videos on Facebook.
Yeah, me too, but I haven't really run into any of that. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's still fun. I'm liking it. You know, I kind of like the way they set it up. It's like a kind of like a crime drama, and the way the story's told, where like they're showing like people how they would be now. They're all old and stuff, and they're talking about how things were back then. They're showing like all these like interviews and stuff. I mean, it's all like in-game stuff, but it's pretty neat.
Okay. All right, so that's pretty cool. Neo, what have you been playing since last week?
Well, let's see. I haven't really had a chance to play too many games. I played a little bit of Paladins, and then I've been playing Sleeping Dogs, and me and my boyfriend finished Live Lock on Steam yesterday. That's actually a pretty good game. That's pretty much it, really.
Live Lock? What is that about?
It's like a top-down shooter, and like you're like an android, but where you're an android, I'll put it this way: you're a human conscience inside of an android because you're trying to like restore humanity. It's kind of like one of those stories about how humanity has been destroyed and you're trying to restore it and blah blah blah. So
is it kind of like Armored Core back in the day?
I never played that, so I can't really tell you that.
Gotcha.
But it's a pretty good game. I like it.
Kind of sounds like Armored Core, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and obviously we've been playing some Paladins too, so because Paladins is life, and I think the patch is coming out tomorrow for.
Yeah.
I don't mind playing some of that again.
Yeah. Okay. As for me, I've been playing Batman: Arkham Asylum again. I played through that. That game surprisingly still holds up, so that's good. Played through some Rise, almost done that, and Paladins, and a little bit of Gears of War. It's been a little bit of everything this week, so that's been good. And I haven't really watched any new animes or anything, so yeah, just mostly games and work. So
yeah.
Why don't we get into our topics? We can start talking about some Nintendo. The Nintendo Switch finally announced.
Get that Switch out.
Switch. And you know what's really annoying? That commercial, they shot it in my city. You know the scene where they were go-karting? I go-kart at that place. I could have saw the Switch.
It would have been on TV.
But I missed it. I was so sad.
You missed your 15
That would have been
seconds.
hilarious. You see Alex riding behind a go-kart like, oh my God, and then just crash into a pole.
Good God, it's Bill! Bill! As I crash into a wall.
I was like, damn you, Nintendo! I was like, oh.
Could you imagine how awesome it would be if you knew about the casting call and like you could have been in the commercial?
Like, how would you even find out about a place like that? That would have been
15
so
seconds
cool.
of it.
I just want to meet Reggie. That's it. I want to be the person to ask him on national TV, do you wish you were still making stuffed crust pizzas?
Damn. But yes, the Nintendo Switch was announced, and unless you've been living under a rock, because that thing is taking the internet by storm. Everybody's talking about it. All the Nintendo fans are excited for it, even jaded ones, because it's a lot of possibilities. We saw a lot of good stuff in there. I think we've all talked about it numerous times, so we're going to talk about specific things this time. Starting with the price point of the Nintendo Switch. What do you guys think this thing needs to be priced at to, one, be successful, and two, just mainly be successful? And what do you think is a fair price for this? Real Gamer, why don't you start us off?
I don't know why people keep thinking this thing might be $200. Like, come on. The 3DS is.
I will show you why.
$200. Like, you get to have a console game on the go with like HD graphics, 720p, 900p, and plus you get to take it home, put it in dock station, and it turns to a console. If y'all think this is $200, y'all need to shut up, man. Like, come on. Just because Nintendo just not mean that they had to be way, I guess the price had to be way lower than Microsoft and Sony. All they need to do is compete. Just compete. I say $300 is fair. $250 would be nice, but honestly, Nintendo, they like making profit. I doubt they will make profit if this console comes out at $250. I doubt, to be honest. But I think $300 is the price this thing going to be, possibly $350, depending on the bundles and whatever. But
$350. This thing's dead in the water.
Yeah, that's why. Well, $250. A lot of people are going to buy, but if they release this console at $400, then yes, it's dead in the water.
Oh no, it's not going to be no $400.
I would say between
$400 is Pro price.
No $400 because that's the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't offer that, even though they offer something else in which the PS4 Pro don't offer, and the Xbox One don't offer. But you know. Let's be honest, like a lot of hardcore gamers don't want to buy a console to go, but Nintendo, they basically is catering not only towards the hardcore, they cater towards everybody, casuals, hardcore, everybody. So the way they marketed this trailer was basically for young adults and everything, and we didn't see no children in that commercial, thank God. But I think that this concept is a strong one, and I think that it's going to bring a lot of people back to the Nintendo platform, because I'm seeing a whole bunch of YouTubers that's not Nintendo YouTubers, Xbox YouTubers, PlayStation YouTubers. They actually liking this.
Yeah,
I'm being honest. A lot of people that really don't do as much Nintendo content on their channel is really liking this concept. So I really see this coming out, selling pretty strong when it first come out. But I think $300 going. I said $300 to $350. Depends on the bundles. So that's basically all I got to say on that.
$350. You think this thing's going to cost more than an Xbox One and a PS4?
No.
It depends on the bundles.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I'll say $300 is the minimum.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. Nick, what do you think about this price wise?
Let's see. I think realistically it should be about $300. However, giving Nintendo's what's a strong word? What's a word less than stupid?
Ignorance?
Obtuse.
Let's go with ignorance. Yeah. It might come out at $350, which if it does that, it better have a damn good reason why it's $350. Like, they better be like, oh yeah, it comes with this and a Pro controller, something like that.
Well, that would probably be the bundle, though.
Yeah, that should be a Pro controller.
Like a game. Offshoot, I would say $250. That might be a little unrealistic considering how powerful it might be, but at the same time, I think what they're planning on doing with this is much like with the Wii, because that came out at a low price. Where they got you was the accessories. Right. It's like, oh yeah, it's $250 and you get one Wiimote, but you're gonna need more Wiimotes, so that's about $40 each. You're gonna need no nunchucks, that's about $20 or $30 each. So Pro control, you want this little class controller? That's another like $30.
But you gotta remember, they made a lot of profit off of each Wii because they didn't use much technology. The Wii didn't cost much. Yeah, it didn't cost much to make because the specs of it was basically last gen.
Yeah, so this thing is looking like specs-wise to be on par with PS4 and Xbox One. I think it would be somewhere in between. Somewhere where it's powerful enough that, like, when the companies make the games, they can easily port them onto the Nintendo system without having to do a lot of rework like they do with the Wii. That's why they pretty much don't want to make games for that. Right. So, I don't know. I'd say, depending on it, things go, like, if it's around the same power as Xbox One, between Xbox One and PS4, then I think by that time an Xbox One, like, original would be about $250. Yep. So I'll say somewhere along there, and they'll probably get you, like I said, they'll probably try to get you the accessories, like they do with the Wii. Okay. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to say anywhere between $250 to $350.
So $250 for the standard, then $350 for the bundle.
Yeah, that's another thing you got to think of, because, like, with the Wii U, they had like two different versions. You had like the one which is like
there's obviously going to be one where it's just the tablet, the Joy-Cons, and the dock, and then there's probably going to be one where it's like that plus a game plus the Pro controller.
Yeah, which would be pretty good. I think it would be a good way to go.
And it would most likely.
So let's hope they Something like that. Maybe they'll have like a Zelda version, you know, like with the Wii U. They had like
themed
the
one,
theme.
yeah.
They'll have that. Maybe they'll have a themed one or something like that. It'll cost like, maybe that'll be like the 350, and the standard will be like, you know, 250 to 300, because you're getting like a basic thing, and anything else will be separate. But we will have to see, obviously, since Nintendo went right back into fucking Silent Town.
Yes, they did.
And are not going to talk about anything else again until like probably a week and a half or less before the damn thing actually comes out.
Let's hope it's not that long.
Like I said, we're pretty much back in reveal at this point, so it's right now it's anybody's guess.
Okay, so you're thinking 250 to 350 range.
Yes.
Okay, so Sinister, what are your thoughts price wise? Where are we looking at?
I say like for the standard, I say like, you know, between the 250 to 300 range, and I say that's probably the deluxe version. I can use that. Probably at 350. I say like the 350 one just come with the Pro controller. Of course, a great game. You know, probably Zelda, whatever. You know, whatever they choose and stuff like that. Because I mean, that would be good. I mean, get the one that has everything with it. I mean, trying to save some money in there, you know, especially with the Pro controller. That's like $50 on its own.
Yeah, that's $50 by itself. Well, at least the Wii U one was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I say just kind of bundle with that and have the whole shebang. Or someone, you know, wants to, you know, save some money, probably just go with the standard and get all that stuff down the road. But whoever, you know, it's just each their own other choice. But yeah, anything over 350, that's a huge fail. So
yeah, definitely. That is a really hard 350.
That's going towards Xbox Sony territory. It's like Nintendo don't want to do that because you know how cheap Nintendo likes to be, like especially with their, you know, technology. But I say no more than 350.
Okay. Who's next here? Retro.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where to price this, and it's really tricky because we're talking about judging a tablet here, and I'm not sure if you guys know, but tablets can range from $100 all the way to $800 something. Now, if we only look specifically at the gaming ones, I'll say that the Apple versions are no less than $500 normally to start. But then if you look at the Nvidia Shield for $199, they had the Tegra K1 in it, and it was running 1080p 1920 for only $200. So it really depends on what the parts are Nintendo's using on this. It depends on how much it costs them to make it strictly for playing Nintendo games and how many third parties can actually work with it. Like, there's a lot of questions we need answered first before we can really map it. And then on top of that, the Chinese tablet for this is ranging around $300. So I would say if I had to guess right now with the little bit of information we got, I would say definitely no less than $300. But being that Nintendo likes to sell consoles that aren't too pricey, I don't see it going higher than $350. So definitely around $350. But it's just so hard to pinpoint, being that it's a tablet, a gaming tablet at that, and then you have these like Joy-Cons that come off, and you got the docking port. Like, there's a lot to this, so it's really hard to judge.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. I have a similar point when I'll talk about mine. Neo, what do you think price wise?
So you're saying, what do we think it's going to be price wise, or how much we will be willing to pay? So you're saying,
what do you think it's going to launch at?
I think it's going to launch between 250 and 300. I don't think they're going to be going over 300. And a lot of it, like also like Retro said, just kind of depends on like what exactly is inside of the thing. Because, you know, like how me and you were talking about earlier, Alex, like the X1 is like capable of doing like a lot of things, like crazy things that I didn't even know that were capable in like the mobile space. So I don't think that it would be fair for Nintendo to undercut themselves either if, you know, whatever they're using is more powerful than an X1. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it really just depends. Like, it just depends what's inside of it. And I also think that not only does it depend on, you know, what's inside of the thing, but I think that Nintendo should be able to make some profit off of it as long as it's not too crazy of a price. Like, as long as it's not over 300, like, I feel like they could probably make it. But if it's over 300, nobody's going to go for that. And as far as the whole bundle thing, I don't really think Nintendo should do different SKUs this time. I think there should be one SKU. And if you want like something additional, like additional Joy-Cons or like an additional, like that Pro Controller or whatever, you just got to bite the bullet and just buy the accessory. I think having two different SKUs, like at launch anyway, maybe down the line they could do it, but like two different SKUs at launch could get tricky, sort of kind of like how it did with the Wii U. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, so you're thinking about 250, 300-ish, and no bundle.
I don't think there should be separate SKUs, no.
Okay. For me, I think it is very possible that they can reach 200, but will they? Probably not. I'll just show you. I'm going to screen share here so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about here. I'll leave it on mine. So this is the Nvidia Shield. The Nintendo Switch is essentially what was going to replace this. Nvidia was making a replacement model for this, which was the Nvidia Shield 2, but they silently canceled it out of the blue.
That's the K1 though.
This is the K1. This was the original one. They were going to make a new one of this with the new processor, which effectively would be similar to what's in the Shield, in the Switch. This thing launched over a year ago for $200. Okay? That was with the K1 processor. And that comes with this controller too. The updated version of this, which would have been the Shield 2, still probably would have been at the same price point. I can't imagine they're going to launch a new product. Sorry, yeah?
I thought that the new one was the X1 and K1 was older.
This is the one they're currently selling.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So this is the one they're selling. They were going to replace this, most likely with this processor, the X1, or possibly even the X2, but X2 seems to be mostly for cars.
Right.
So it might have been just this X1 processor, which is using Maxwell. Now, what Nvidia has said with the Nintendo Switch is it's using their newest platform, which is not this anymore. This is the new one's called Pascal. Pascal uses a smaller nanometer chip. Instead of 20, they use 14. What that means is it's cheaper and faster and more efficient for Nvidia to produce these chips. So it's very possible that they can even keep the price at around here for the Nintendo Switch with the new chip. So 200 is doable, but will Nintendo sell it to us at that price? I don't know. Probably not. 200 would be great. They would. Sorry, what?
What a tablet and the controller. What about the docking station? What about the docking station? You got to pay for that.
This doesn't have a docking station. This thing can plug to the TV directly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But with the Nintendo Switch, you got the tablet, you got the Pro Controller, you got the docking station. You got to add all that up together. That's basically what I'm saying.
It has the controller. The only difference is the docking station. The docking station doesn't seem to do anything other than charge this device and output it to the TV.
But don't the docking station supposed to upscale to 1080?
That's what some people are saying.
That's what people are saying as rumors. Nothing like that has been confirmed.
When I see it.
It's not confirmed. Now, if they confirm that the docking station does something extra, then that's where I would say, okay, 250, 300,
if that docking station does have a separate processor and it's actually doing some sort of upscaling or adding more power, that's a different story. That's something you should be paying extra for. But as of what we know right now, that docking station, all it does is charge the tablet and let it output to the TV. So $200 is definitely doable, but again, they probably won't because obviously Nintendo wants to make more profit off this. So most likely we're looking at $250. Personally, I think it should be $200 and keep that $100 gap between them and Microsoft.
Right.
Because you got to look at it this way.
The dock doesn't do anything.
Exactly. But you got to look at it this way. They're coming out with a new console when the Xbox and the PlayStation have already been out for 3 years. They have a huge lineup of games. Nintendo's already behind in that aspect. Now, if you're going to be charging $300 for a new console with like, let's say 5% of the games available that the other guys have, that's a hard sell. But if you're $100 cheaper, maybe even $50 cheaper for $250, and you can take it on the go, that's
Mhm.
that's a much better value option for people.
Right. But
So
I think
personally, I think that's where
also,
they're sitting.
right, I agree with the price point. They should probably try to undercut as much as possible, considering the possibilities of what we think it could do, just based on what Nvidia has already had out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that people are also kind of undercutting what it might be able to do, because, like, I mean,
Yeah.
I know even for me, before I looked up this information on what it could possibly do, I was thinking that it probably wouldn't be any more powerful than an Xbox One. But based on some of the specs that I'm seeing in some of these tablets, it might be able to do a little bit more than that. I was watching a video earlier about one of the guys who works at Nvidia, and he was talking about the X1, and he mentioned that the X1 has the capability of outputting at 4K 60 hertz. Like,
Yeah,
it probably
for
won't
video,
be
not for
right.
gaming though. Yeah,
Not for gaming, just for video.
for
Okay.
streaming video. Yeah.
Okay, so that's different. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
'Cause
so if you look here I'm
Mhm.
on the thing right now, so it can output 4K 60 FPS video.
For video. Okay, well, yeah, that's different then. Because I'm like, if it could do that for like maybe smaller games.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, but most
Yeah.
likely they're targeting 1080, which is
1080,
fine. There's
60.
nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
But again, this isn't the exact chip that's going to be in there. Nintendo has their own custom-made chip, but it's a variant of this.
Right.
So it'll either be more powerful than this. I would hope so, because this thing's over a year old at this point.
Right.
So it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting, because again, like this is a very possible price point, $200. Like, anyone who says that this is an impossible, they've already proven that this can be done. Nvidia did this over a year ago. Same features that the Switch can do. They've sold it to us for $200. Obviously, this is a little weaker, but the new one, a year later, when parts get cheaper, everything's cheaper to produce, this price point is still viable. But
Is
again,
the X1 out already or no?
the X1's been out for a while. That shit's old too.
How much is the X1?
There's not a tablet with it in it yet
Okay.
that they sell. Like, if you go to their products, the Shield tablet, the only one that they ever sold was this K1 model.
Okay.
The replacement got canceled because of the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have most likely been something similar to what the Switch would have been, again, for most likely $200. But if we're factoring in the dock, like, if maybe $250, I guess. I'm hoping it's maximum $250 for just the device.
Yeah.
And then I do think there should be a bundle though, like with Zelda and the Pro controller for $300 max.
I don't know, man. I still don't know. Even though some people was talking about the whole false advertisement, I know we're probably talking about that, but Skyrim did look better when they put it on TV. When he laid it on TV, you know, when compared from the tablet. I don't know, man. I'm not sure if y'all think we'll get the same.
That's because the tablet screen is not 1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. There's still a lot of questions that needs to be answered about Nintendo, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's really just up in the air until we actually know what's inside of that thing.
But in order for this thing to be successful, yes, I think 250 is a sweet spot. But would Nintendo make enough profit? That's a really good question.
I think that they would be able to make profit off of 250.
Maybe off of 250.
They definitely
would. They would definitely be able to do that.
200, no. I think 250. I say between 250
250,
and 275.
they could easily make profit, because these guys were selling this for $200.
Yeah,
they're obviously Nvidia's not in the business of losing money.
Yeah, that's right. But the reason why I said between 250 and 300, maybe 250 might be the launch price, and 300 probably bundled with the Pro controller.
Like,
they don't want to go toe to toe with the Xbox One S because they sell like hotcakes.
All right, think of it this way, okay? So this thing was $200, okay? You're telling me that dock that Nintendo's selling you is worth an extra $100?
No, I'm not. Well, if it provide better graphics, then yeah. But if it's just a charging station, then I understand exactly where y'all coming from. But like I say, we still got a lot of stuff we need to know. Like,
I honestly think it's just visual perception of the games we were shown, because I mean a lot of the games on the tablet didn't look that sharp, but 2K17 did. And then on when they showed on the TV, they went ahead and did Skyrim. Like you also
Yeah.
have to remember that certain games have their own graphics naturally too. So if you compare the games they showed on the portable compared to Skyrim on the screen, by perceptions of the game showed, that could be a difference too. Because I could do the same thing if I just showed on this like little Switch tablet a Mario game, but then put on the screen The Witcher 3.
Right.
So we
No, I
got to
get
kind
what
of
you're
factor
saying.
that. We got to kind of factor that too, because there was a lot of smoke and mirrors in that like little
Oh,
commercial.
we're definitely gonna get into those smoke and mirrors after this, but but yeah, price wise, like if this thing is more than $300 for the standard console, they are in trouble. Simple as that. You cannot bring out a console when you have two competitors that most likely will be more powerful, especially with the Xbox One S has a freaking 4K Blu-ray player in it and a 4K upscaler for $300.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They can't. They can't try to compete with the Xbox One S because it offers a lot.
It offers a lot of shit for $300.
Yeah, true.
It depends on a bundle. Like if the Pro controller come with it, then that's not bad.
Well,
And
even
people still love DVDs. Like
my One S came with 5 Halo games.
Right.
For the $300 one came with 5 games. Like that's their bundle is included in the base model. So that is going to be an uphill battle if we're talking $300 for this thing.
Yeah, I don't think it should be over 300. And then even 300 is kind of like
300 is just, I don't know, it's just too much.
It's like I feel like they could make 300 even though it's pricey, because tablets is something that's really trendy with this generation that they're willing to buy. Like small, compact, on the go. They want that, so it fits the niche.
If they can sell, they could sell this thing for $1,000 if they wanted to. If they can sell the lifestyle of this, the way Apple sells their products.
That's what they're selling with this. Really,
that's what it seems like. They're trying.
I don't want them to go that route. No,
I definitely don't want them.
No.
I'm just saying, they technically could sell it for a lot if they sold the lifestyle as opposed to the product. The way Apple sells their garbage products for triple the price of what they should be.
Yeah, because we're thinking of the perspective game versus game, but when you sell tablets, you really are selling a trendy lifestyle. Just like cell phones, people spend a lot of money on cell phones that don't do much.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is a tablet, but I don't really think that they need to be trying to get cocky like how people do in the actual tablet market, because it's still a Nintendo device and it's still technically going toe-to-toe with Microsoft and Sony to a degree, so they need to keep it humble and just keep the price humble. Don't get too crazy, because remember they did the same thing with the OG 3DS. They brought that thing out for what was it, $250, because it had a lot of hype behind it. So they thought, okay, well, everybody's really hype and excited for this.
Again, they were trying to sell a lifestyle with that.
Right, and they tried to sell it for this crazy price, and it didn't work.
But even with the 3DS, it's still different, because you got to remember the 3DS, though portable, is still a gaming device. You got to remember that a lot of casuals don't like being associated with the word gaming. They'll play games, but the minute you call them a gamer, they get aggravated. So if you're looking at a lot of these younger kids, they'll play little games and stuff on the tablet, so they don't care if it says Nintendo. If it's a tablet, they'll play it. I have 2 cousins downstairs right now that love Pokemon Go, and when they asked if I still play, and I said no because there's nothing else to do and there's no battles, they looked at me weird, like, why would you want battles? Like, battling isn't the basis of Pokemon.
Wow.
I'm dead serious. Like, this really happened yesterday. So if they're really trying to sell the lifestyle, we won't be happy with it, but those people will be happy with it.
I don't want I'm not gonna be happy with it because I'm not paying $500 for a Switch. Is what I'm saying.
Fuck that.
Right.
That's a huge fail.
Some people might be
like,
into the whole lifestyle of tablets, but for like gamers like us, we're not gonna be paying all that money.
Yeah, I think most stuff that's
Like,
in here
I see
wouldn't even use the
more
on-the-go feature.
I see more people with the Nintendo Switch putting it on that little stand, playing around with the little thing that's supposed to be Joy-Con, like a remote, and watching YouTube and Netflix.
That won't be me.
Like, the thing about that those Joy-Cons are not good for your hands. Like, especially us who have big hands.
Well, definitely those little Joy-Con controllers are for very sparse use.
I mean, they're optional. You can still use like a Pro controller, like with.
I love that you can use the Pro controller on the tablet.
Yeah, like me. Yeah, I gotta have the controller. Them Joy-Cons, no, not for me.
That's the good thing about the Switch. You have all kinds of options.
A lot of options.
If you don't want to use the Joy-Cons, you don't have to use the Pro controller. Like that's really what
we gotta get the Wii U dig in here. Unlike the Wii U, which had no options, and you were forced to use that terrible, terrible gamepad. It looks like this one they've learned from that mistake, and you can play this however you like.
And then the good thing about it is that they all have the same button layout, so it doesn't really matter regardless.
That's very smart.
Like like how with the Wiimote and Nunchuck, like it didn't really have that many buttons, but you still have the freedom to kind of play how you want. Like I spend so much time playing the Wiimote and Nunchuck just like wrapped around my waist or my lap and just playing. But this time you actually have enough buttons and you could play like that at the same time. I like that with the
I think it's also a psychological thing too. Like when you have options, people are more open to try something new. But when you force them to do it, they don't want to do it. Because I mean, look at Google Plus. When people were forced to use Google Plus for YouTube, and people hated using Google Plus, but now that they're separate, a lot more people are using the Google Plus community because they have the option to.
Very true.
Yeah, people don't like being forced to do things like that.
Exactly.
But okay,
don't tell me what to do.
Exactly. So I guess we're all pretty much in the same ballpark, roughly, as far as price goes. Like I'm more of the 200, 250 guy, but most of you seem to be 250, 300. And then Real's crazy with this 350. You're out of your mind. But
I said between 3 and 350.
Just because you're rich doesn't mean it's
right. Like everybody ain't got money like that, bro. Calm down.
I make $12,500 a year, man. I'm like
what a liar. What a liar.
You McDonald's make more money than me.
Okay, so why don't we talk about something that came out the other day about the battery life about this tablet? Rumor, so there was a rumor came from this lady. I forgot what her name was, but she had also leaked another rumor about the Switch that turned out to be true. So she is relatively credible. It's not Emily Rogers. It's some other chick. I can't remember her name. But she was saying that the battery life of this thing is going to be 3 hours. And that's at the maximum. So battery life seems to be very mediocre on this thing.
Oh, hell no.
What do you guys think about this? It doesn't affect me personally because I don't care. I'm not going to take this around with me for the most part. It'll be docked. But 3 hours is bad. That is terrible. But what do you guys think about this? Why don't we start with you, Real?
3 hours is kind of like the same battery life as the Wii U, or maybe a little less. I think the Wii U is 3.5. I think, but
3.5, 4, something like that. Yeah.
Because it's like 4. It's pushing out more power than what the gamepad did. Because remember, the gamepad was, I think, the resolution was 480p. It wasn't in HD, and this is going to be in HD, so it does not surprise me at all. That's why Nintendo said first most. This is going to be a console first, then a handheld second. So. It's kind of hard to tell because the way they advertise it is like they focus mostly on the handheld. But I don't know, like it doesn't affect me at all because I'm an old school Nintendo fan. I want to play my Nintendo games on a console with no gimmicks, no touch screens, no second screens. Whenever we go home and play a Nintendo game, I'm not gonna have no goddamn tablet in front of my face, no second screen, because it's gonna be at the fucking dock where it belongs at. I'm gonna have a fucking Pro controller and I'm gonna be happy. So this does not affect me. But when it comes to people that loves to play on the go, like I don't know, man. Like I'm not a mobile gamer. Like, do you need 3 hours away to play video games since you're away? I don't know. I know a lot of places you go to got charging stations. I don't know. I think Nintendo, they should have, if this is true, they should have saw what they did with the Wii U gamepad, in which everybody complained about. Like, you're supposed to change for the better, not for the worse, man. But like I say, this tablet's pushing out a lot more power than the gamepad, so it's kind of understandable.
Well, the big difference is the gamepad didn't really do anything. It was just taking the information from the actual console and displaying it. This device, the tablet, is the main brain of the device. So it's the one powering everything.
Yeah, so that's understandable. It's pushing out a lot more. So 3 hours does not surprise me. I wish it would have been better, but then again, if it was more than 3 hours, then maybe it would have been more. You never know. The price could have been more. It could have been between $350 and $400. If y'all want this tablet to last 5 to 6 hours,
let's just hope it's not a 3DS battery in there again.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
No,
Get that.
Yeah.
What about you, Retro? You're more of a handheld guy than the rest of us.
My thing is, I think this is cool because I see it as equivalent exchange. Like, for the amount of graphic power you want, it's gonna burn up the battery. And then like real sell from my personal experience, if you're going somewhere on the go, and most places you go, there are going to be charging stations. And I mean, like, if you're taking a bus, you're not going to have a charging station. But a lot of trains these days have charging stations. Or if you're on a plane, you have a charging station. So it's like a lot of the places you're going or traveling, you're going to use a charging station. So it makes sense. And I mean, I would like to have decent graphics. So decent graphics is going to burn the battery a bit. I don't mind. And I'm one of the few people that I really don't have an issue with the 3DS battery life, because by the time I take a bus ride to school, my battery's not close to dead. It's just 30, 40 minutes to get there.
Right. And that's what this thing seems to be targeted at, small bursts of gaming on the go. It's clearly not advertised for long, like 4 or 5 hour game sessions at a bus stop or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because I like my Nintendo. Yeah, because I like my Nintendo games, but when I think about it, with the exception of maybe the N64 days, I've never played a Nintendo console all day. Like, it's not going to happen.
Right. I hope this thing has some sort of sleep mode. It must.
Save your juice.
Yeah.
It's got to have something like that, right?
Or you can decrease the brightness or something that helps save on the
like auto save or something. Save your battery saver.
Yeah.
The 3DS had a sleep mode, so it should.
Yeah, okay.
This doesn't affect me at all, so I'm good.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't affect me either. It's just like for people who actually want to take this on the go, this could be an issue.
I don't know. I think it's kind of terrible. I think that they could do better than that. But then again, at the same time, you know,
yeah, they definitely could do better. The battery technology is there.
But at the same time, it's like if you want decent graphics, I mean, something's got to give. But at the same time, it's like they need to find They need to find.
They need to find a happy medium here.
Balance.
Like there's also the possibility that, because cell phones now have quick charge. Like I can charge my Nexus 5X to 80% within 15 minutes.
Well, this was a price point comes in handy. Like, you can't expect a high-end freaking mobile tablet gaming system, whatever you call it, to have an 8 to 10 hour battery life and expect a $200 price point.
Yeah.
It does
Like that's what I'm saying. Like the mediocre battery life wouldn't be a problem if it supports fast charging, because you can damn near full charge your battery in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Or like we were talking about, like maybe some kind of like battery mode or something like that to kind of help with that. Because I would prefer. I don't really take mine with me either. I'm not really like a portable person. Like even when I play my 3DS, like I'm at home or I'm at least somewhere where I can charge it. Like if I'm at like my second job or something and I'm working overnight or whatever. Yeah. But I would like for them to at least increase it or try to increase it to like maybe 5 at the most, 5 or 6, But at the same time, this is not a 3DS where you got like a 240p screen,
right?
Either. So
I still think overall. Yeah. Overall, I think since the way Nintendo advertises, like when you're at home, you just got a controller in your hand. So whenever the general public knows about this, well, technically they do because it's everywhere. But soon they start actually making TV commercials about that, like it's gonna bring a lot of old school Nintendo fans back to the console because they ain't got no freaking waggle a damn Wiimote and look at a damn second screen.
Yeah.
So it's gonna bring back the NES people, the Super Nintendo people, the Nintendo 64. That's what I'm thinking. They going for that market again. At the same time, they don't want to forget their handheld market. So that's why they merging everything together. Yeah, so I think it's a win-win for everybody. And like I told,
device to buy too.
Like I told Alex before the podcast, like you could go on a lot of channels, PlayStation, Xbox, PC. A lot of people is actually having a positive reception about this. I'm not everybody. I say about 80% is having a positive reception. Like it was like, man, I ain't gotta look down no more. Like I got a controller in my hand. Like the console, it's over sitting. I ain't got no tablet, so I'm good. Mario looks good. Zelda looks good. It's bringing back the old school Nintendo fans because we ain't got no gimmicks. The only gimmick is taking it on the go. It's a good gimmick. When you're at home,
it's a gimmick that makes sense.
Home console experience in which we've been asking for over 10 years. So that's why I think this is a really good thing for everybody. As far as the battery life goes, like I say, if you want a 5, 10 hour battery, they expect the Switch to cost about $400 or $500, man. It doesn't work.
$100. It's like
10 hour battery life, man. Pushing that much graphics on a tablet, come on. I don't know, man.
Okay, Nick, what are your thoughts on this battery life? Do you play your 3DS, right?
Haven't for a while, actually.
Okay.
But anyway. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, I guess he's gonna mute himself, so
I guess he has problems. Oh, there he is. Okay.
No. Peasantry internet?
I guess so.
Are you still muted?
He's still muted? Okay, whatever. Who didn't get to go?
Hey, why don't you go for him? Take his turn then, Alex.
No, I'm back.
I thought you were about to do it.
You got the spider sense.
Sorry, I had a phone call real quick. So, all right, as far as the battery life goes, well, first of all, let's be real. 99% of what people were doing in that commercial, it's not going to happen in real life. Like, it's just not.
You're not going to play basketball with your friends and stop playing basketball to play basketball on the tablet?
No.
See, that's the strategy. That's how you conserve battery. When the battery get low, you do some PT.
Like nobody's gonna sit there and see their friends on the rooftop across the street and go, "Oh, I'm gonna hang out with you guys, but here, let me bring my video game with me too," and ignore you anyway. Like, yeah.
Oh, Karen.
Oh, Karen.
And get stolen right out of your gym bag.
But you know what the funny thing is?
So let's be real here. Let's say we all buy one when this thing comes out. How many of us are actually going to take it out of the damn dock from that point? I mean, seriously?
Me.
I mean, maybe Retro over here because he takes the bus, and that's fine. But really, is anybody else really going to do that? I mean,
I'll take it with me.
I might have it with me on my lunch break at work, but that's like an hour.
Yeah.
So lucky you're an hour. I got 30 minutes.
Mr. Sony Pony in the chat, Mr. Guru Legend, he said he's a truck driver, so that's perfect for him. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some.
I don't think it's gonna be issue because most people aren't really gonna do that other thing with it. But I mean, the only problem here is people are gonna use that. Like, say this thing comes out and it's just like a massive hit. Like, people are going to look for anything negative about it, and that's going to be, like, the big thing they're going to bring up. But the battery life's only 3 hours. Ha, take that, you 10 fags, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
What does it have to do with the battery life being bad, though?
Yeah, it's like nothing
still bad.
So,
first of all, this is a home console. Come on.
Hey, you know who this is perfect for? Like, real talk, this is perfect for people in the military that work security forces. And I'm only going to make this statement because I know none of them are listening. All right, you work 12 to 14-hour shifts in security forces. And if you fall asleep, you will get in trouble. You could lose your job. They could put you in prison, like all kinds of stuff. And you're not allowed to play like games, so you can't have a video game console, but you're allowed to have like a cell phone or a tablet. The NX looks like a tablet. Well, the Switch looks like a tablet. So technically, if you had a 12 to 14 hour shift, and it's a break in between checking your like the different security areas, not gonna name any, but different security areas, you could play that. And if your flight chief came and looked at you, you wouldn't be in trouble because it looks like a tablet. Where if it was a 3DS that blatantly looks like a game, you would. It's perfect for people like them because they like handheld and they work 12 to 14 hour shifts.
Yeah,
that's a huge.
I don't think it's gonna be that big of an issue because, like I said, most people are just gonna have it at home anyway. I think very rarely are people actually gonna take it out and do anything with it. And even if they do, eventually, I think the novelty's gonna wear off. They're just gonna leave it at home, be like, I don't feel like doing all that shit today. So I think in the long run, it's not gonna make that big of a deal. Other than it's just gonna be like fodder for people to try to find negatives if this thing ends up being like really successful.
Yeah,
I feel like that's already happening though.
Right.
I think out of all the things to skimp out on to keep the price lower, I think batteries where you got to make that concession. Because like, can you imagine if this thing had like 30 hours battery, but the processor was like some dog shit one? That would suck because that would ruin the entire experience.
Yeah,
then again, for all we know, they might end up putting like AA batteries in this thing or some shit like that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But
speaking of batteries, like
AA
batteries though, at least that would give people an option. They could keep it going. And I didn't even think about that. Are they going to allow us to change the battery, or is it going to be like some nonsense?
So it's going to be an internal battery.
Yeah, maybe they'll sell like extended batteries or some shit you can buy.
Yeah, I'm sure you can open it and replace the battery when it dies, but that's probably like after a couple of years. But okay, so I guess that's it for battery. Let's see, what should we talk about? Okay, let's talk about this one. The trailer, we saw a couple games, third-party games. We saw what?
I thought we were talking about footballs.
That's later. But okay, so we saw a couple games from third parties. We saw Skyrim on the go, and we saw NBA 2K17. After those gentlemen decided they didn't want to play basketball for real, they decided to go play it on their tablet. So we saw 2 third-party games, and that was really exciting because that gives you the impression that Nintendo's got third parties on lockdown again. But almost immediately after that trailer came out, both those companies, Bethesda and 2K, came out and said, we're not confirming these games for the Nintendo Switch. That is alarming, and some people are going as far as saying it's false advertising. We all know Flip Flop USA was ranting about it, crying, screaming for 7 minutes. What do you guys think about this? Like, and we all know also the footage that was shown was not actual gameplay running on the device. That was put in post-process. You can see there's I can't show it here because Nintendo will flag it, but there's a picture of Karen. Karen playing Mario, and you can actually see a part of the screen is cutting into her shirt. That's how you know that it's put in post-process. So not even the Mario game was actually running on the device. So some people are saying like this is Nintendo doing false advertising. What do you guys think about this? Let me switch it up. We'll start with Nia.
Whether or not I think it's false
what do you think about this? Like them showing games that aren't confirmed, and also showing games that weren't actually running on the device.
I mean, the way that I look at it is in like a different parts. Because I was actually talking to G-Rock about it earlier today. And I think about it in a couple of points. One, this was a preview trailer, essentially a concept of what the thing is. And usually when it comes down to like concepts or even like tech demos, because tech demos are concepts, people use a lot of ideas that end up not really being either final products or they're altered in some kind of way in the future. And like the biggest example of that is like the tech demo for The Legend of Zelda when the Wii U was first announced, like that tech demo back in 2011. And of course, The Legend of Zelda doesn't look like that. It looks like what we now know to be The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So it's not like this is anything that is unprecedented. It's more kind of like one of those things where, hey, you know, this is just a tech demo, but we might have something kind of like this in the future. We're just kind of still working on like the details and the fine print. That's kind of what I took it as. Like when I saw Skyrim and when I saw 2K, to me, I didn't really think that those games were coming. It was more like, hey, this just simply means that Bethesda's on board and 2K is on board. Whether or not Skyrim is coming or another game is coming, it doesn't matter. This is just a representation that Bethesda is on board with this product. That's kind of how I took it. I could understand how a lot of people took it as false advertisement, but I didn't take it that way. Another thing that I think about this as well is that even though these games haven't been confirmed, they also haven't been deconfirmed. Because, I mean, like, we all know that Nintendo is the worst when it comes down to spilling the beans. Like, they want everything to be tight-lipped until they are ready to announce.
Very hush-hush.
They are very hush-hush about it. Like, until Bethesda and 2K come out and say, well, even though we were in the trailer, these games ain't coming. To me, it's not false advertisement until they say that it's not coming. But like, that's only if they say it's legit not coming. But to say, like, to jump the gun and say, this is false advertising, like, we don't know that yet. You know, like, we don't even know the launch games. Like, even though they showed Splatoon and Mario, which are Nintendo games, we don't know if those games are coming or not. This is just a concept of what the thing could possibly do or what these games could probably look like on the system. Like, that's just kind of how I took it. But maybe I'm just being a little bit too optimistic because of the way that Nintendo, you know, brought it to us. Like, they did a really good job of representing and showing the concept of what this thing could actually be or do.
To adults, that is. Yeah, like the way they're showing to the adults instead of the kids and stuff like that. And I mean, try to appeal to them and stuff. Like, okay, let's go to a more mature directions. Like, you know, it's advertised like, yeah, just get the grown-ups, get people like our age, like something to do. But
yeah, to me, it was all just like concept stuff. So I didn't really look too deep into it like a lot of people are, but that's just me.
Okay. Let's see. Why don't we go with let's go with you, Sinister.
I mean, just I pretty much go with what Nia's going on, but to me, I mean, I like the concept, but yeah, as far as like stuff being confirmed, I'm skeptical until they confirm everything. Cause
yeah, definitely.
Cause I mean, for me, I'm old school. I was like, hey, I see it when I believe it. Just prove me wrong until this point. But other than that, I'm just skeptical up until this point until they come out and confirm everything. Like who's on board. And of course, with the other stuff we already mentioned earlier, but that's just my take on that.
Okay, why don't we go with the Real? What do you think about this, Real Gamer?
It could be pretty much what they said. Like, it's the first look. The name of the trailer is the first look. Just like when they gave us that Zelda tech back in, was it 2011 or 2012? It might have been 2011. But that was the first look of the Zelda games. It's just basically telling us how this game might look. So that's basically what this is. It's just a concept of what this system is offering. It's not confirmed. And basically, a lot of people are saying this is false advertising because a lot of them are ignorant and stupid. And of course, a lot of people probably just still pissed off at Nintendo because we left a bad taste in their mouth. So that's probably why they already got the pitchforks and everything ready. But I don't know, like, just like I said a while ago, like, they did not confirm the NBA 2K17 and the Skyrim, but they did not deconfirm, which Nia said. So the only thing we got to do is just sit back and wait, because all I know is Take-Two and Bethesda is supposedly on board to support the Nintendo Switch, as far as I know right now. But yeah, Nintendo like to be tight-lipped, so maybe I don't know. Maybe they got Nintendo got something going on with them for them not to spill the beans as far as now. And right now, all is just the concept of what this system can do. And for some reason, when people, we're not talking about the whole entire. I know we're talking about the advertising, but we're not talking about assuming the new thing today. Assuming that what was that new article today? The new news about people think that this system will be underpowered again. Well, are we talking about that, or that's the next subject?
About it being underpowered?
Yeah, Pony Fox Media. You know, like he basically came out and he reported that because Nintendo said don't assume of the footage that you saw. So basically, yeah, that does come with that
first rate coon.
Yeah, it does go with that. Like people, they're assuming since one Nintendo reps came out and said that don't assume that the actual gameplay footage is what we're getting. You know, of course, some people talking about power, like when on some of these articles.
That's not even what they're referring to. Like what he's telling people is that the things you saw in that trailer were not live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people taking this out, they're taking this out of context. And that's why
that's because he's an idiot.
Oh,
but it's just him. There's a lot of people that's doing this. That's why I did that video a while ago. I was like, man, don't jump the gun, man. Let's just wait and see, and sit back and just wait and see what Nintendo does, because Nintendo like to do what they like to do. They like to be tight-lipped. But as far as power-wise, like, come on, man. Why Nintendo want to falsely advertise the power of the console? Like, come on, man.
Like honestly, I just don't understand. So, like, you cannot sit here and tell me Nintendo, out of all the games they could have showed, purposely showed Skyrim and 2K just to not have it on their console, potentially get sued, and piss off their whole fan base. You think they did that for no, like, you have to be a fucking retard to actually believe that.
Understand when they say concept, this is a concept. What this system going to have, what the system looks like. They didn't confirm in the game. They didn't say this is going on the system, this is going on the system, this is going on the system. It's a concept. We gave you a teaser. Gave y'all something.
Yeah, they're showing you what you can do with this device.
Yeah. So basically, like I say, man, I'm gonna just sit back. I'm just wait day by day until they confirm this. I'm not gonna have no pitchfork in my hand. Not just yet.
Not until they say.
Get a torch ready. Get your torches ready, though.
Yeah, not until they say, "Oh yeah, by the way, this isn't coming." Then if they do that, then yeah, because I'm gonna be upset too, you know. But not until they say it, then I can't really.
Yeah,
you can't be mad about something that hasn't been confirmed or deconfirmed. You just can't.
Until that blockhead Reggie comes out and says, "What's a Skyrim? We never said we'd get Skyrim." Until he says some dumb shit like that, then you can't really get mad because.
I'll just leave it alone right now. Like, you know,
as it is right now, there's no way they were going to show a game out of all the games they could have possibly showed if it's not coming to their console.
Right now, I just love the direction that Nintendo is going with this concept. I think it's going.
Yeah, no, it's a great concept. I think in general, almost everyone likes the concept of this.
Yeah, like even people that I know who haven't rocked with Nintendo in like ages, they're like, yo, this might be the first Nintendo console I've picked up since like the GameCube or like the 64, you know?
I've had a few of my friends that have fallen off from Nintendo. Same thing. They're like, "Did you see the Switch? Oh my god, that thing's awesome! I think I'm gonna go back to a Nintendo console." It's like, oh shit, when I told you to buy a Wii U, you pretty much said fuck that shit.
It definitely has an appeal that the Wii U did not have at all.
Yeah, because it actually has an idea that works.
It's because tablets are OP.
That's true. Tablets work everywhere. The Wii U only.
Their
works
popularity needs to be nerfed. I want a patch. I want a patch.
That's right. That's right, Dave.
Gamepad.
Dave, skibbity bop, flip flop. Okay, so I forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, the false advertising. I don't see it that way. Like I can't imagine they showed this thing only to not have the games come to it. And of course the post-processing thing, that's normal. They're not gonna let the actors actually that's why they show the people, like they tell people to pretend to play on the devices and then they add the pictures in after. That's normal.
That's a normal process.
Like I don't understand why that's like new to people.
And I think it's like, and it's also one of those kind of things too, where like Nintendo's been burned by third parties twice. They were burned by third party developers for the 3DS. Yeah. And then they were burned by third parties for the Wii U. So why would they allow third parties to put a game in their trailer without negotiating? Okay, well, this has to come this time. Y'all can't do us like that again. I can't imagine Nintendo wanting to go through that a third time. But then again, they've done some silly things.
Kimishima doesn't strike me as the kind of man that you want to cross. That man looks like he'll kill you.
Yeah, he probably got a hidden blade somewhere and just saws you to pieces.
Because we all know he's the businessman.
Man.
He's not the happy, friendly guy that used to run the place. He's
Exactly.
not John Cena. This
Like,
guy's the fucking Undertaker.
I'm saying, like, I'm almost certain that they've put everything on paper before they even put that trailer out there for everybody's eyes to see. Like, it has to.
Like, honestly, I will be shocked if this thing doesn't get Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, think about all the companies that they can possibly get. I mean, yeah, we probably know those two, but of course, I mean, what's the biggest cheerleaders? Ubisoft and EA. I mean,
exactly. Like, if they could have showed whatever stupid Ubisoft game is coming out, because Ubisoft's been praising the shit out of this thing.
Yeah, that's the number one cheerleader.
So why would they show Bethesda then if they're not going to get a Bethesda Skyrim game? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because I mean, I agree with Nia, but those companies being burned, like I said, I mentioned Rockstar.
Yeah, they're not fucking with Rockstar though. They hate each other.
But yeah, think about it. I mean, Rockstar. I mean, think about it. Nintendo just outdid them in one day. It's like, dang.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, a new console reveal is gonna obviously out-trump a stupid game.
They did that on purpose though.
Oh, of course they did. They totally sideswiped.
Nintendo knew what they were doing.
I don't think Nintendo's that petty. I don't think they care.
For against Rockstar, they definitely are.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing. That's why
we all know Nintendo is petty. Like, let's look at their past.
They steal from their fans.
In the past, they were petty, but they kind of bitched out like in recent time. I don't really see them having like.
I'm sorry. There's no way that was a coincidence.
No,
there's no way that was like
back to the result their beef.
There's no way.
It's like a miracle.
I think that's what they're waiting for the whole time.
Yeah, even Nintendo's poster boy Mario is petty. You see how he treats Luigi.
He's an evil brother. He's a womanizer. He's a murderer. What'd you expect? Come on, think about it. He's got 3 women he's pimping.
Exactly. He's always on the move. Nick, what are your thoughts about this? The whole advertising thing.
Well, at least, like, the best way I can put this is if you're really going to sit there and stream false advertising, at least in these trailers, they showed gameplay.
Right.
When they first showed, like, Xbox One and PS4, what did you get? Bunch of fucking CGI trailers.
Yep.
At least here, they made the effort to show some type of gameplay. Whether it was running on the system or not, that's a different story. But I think it was just meant to show that these companies do plan to have games on the Switch. Now, while I don't really think Skyrim would be on there because, quite frankly, that game's been done to death. Let's face it.
Well, they got Minecraft after everything else did.
Yeah, so like, that doesn't mean that Bethesda's not going to put other games on there. Say, for example, like around this time, you would probably see like a complete edition of Fallout 4 coming out around this time, or a complete version of Doom coming out around this time. Because they do this like all the time with games now.
Imagine Doom on Nintendo.
You come out with the version that has like all the DLC and shit on it now, and here's Nintendo with their new system. What better place to put these systems on to show they're in good faith from Nintendo than with the new system?
Right.
It's true.
I
don't mean to cut you off, Nick, but just to go back to the whole Rockstar thing, Take-Two was on that list, weren't they?
Yes.
So it's a possibility that we could still get Rockstar games unless they let them do their own thing. Because Take-Two
work on their own, though.
I don't know, but Take-Two is their parent company, is what I'm saying. Unless Rockstar has the ability to kind of do their own thing.
It seems like they do, because like they kind of have free reign in whatever they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Rockstar's gonna I'll be shocked if they do, but for the time being, it does not look like
it. They don't fuck with each other. It seems like.
All I'm saying is Take-Two was on the list, so anything is possible.
yeah.
Like I said, it'll take a miracle for those two to sit there and hash out their beef and do business.
So, yeah, we'll see about that. But no, I don't really think it's just, like, really false advertising. I mean, like I said, if you're going to go that route, then you can scream that next time, like, they show a CGI trailer or something like that. You're not getting gameplay out of that. You're getting, like, a freaking pre-rendered video that they made for the presentation. That's pretty much the same what they did here.
I still can't believe that people get hyped over CGI trailers now. How was that?
I mean, the only difference here is they showed actual
graphics
gameplay.
today.
They showed how the controllers work, all that stuff like that you don't really see when they first debut these systems.
Yeah.
You just here's CGI trailers and like, yay, just like
yeah, they did a great job revealing this console, showing you what it can
at least they showed like what it can do physically.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot more we need to know about it. But in the meantime, I think they got their point across of the general idea of what you're going to see when this system finally decides to come out and who you might see working with it. So it was just a commercial. That's all it was.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so why don't we talk about, let's see. Oh yeah, the Pro Controller. So another rumor came out today. The Pro Controller doesn't have a headphone jack. Every time we hear something about this thing, it's bad news. I don't understand. But anyway, so the Pro Controller, much like the Wii U Pro Controller, doesn't seem to have a headphone jack, and this is unfortunate. Obviously, the tablet itself does have a headphone jack. They were very clear in the commercial that he plugged in the headphone. But the Pro Controller, so when your device is docked on your docking station under your TV, unless you have a really long headphone jack, I guess, or headphone cable, you don't seem to be able to use headphones. So does that kind of confirm that there's no built-in voice chat? Like, I don't know.
They can't go through another generation of that. Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I don't know. Are they seriously going to do this to us again? Like a whole other generation without some sort of party system?
It's like give or take, dude.
We know the answer to that.
I know. I just don't want to say it.
If we have to go through another generation of that, I'm gonna be very upset.
Hey,
I mean, it's hard to get Nintendo out of that because they have so many fans that support it. I know quite a lot of people that I see say, when I game, I want to relax and I don't want to talk to people or this, and that.
Right.
So no one else should.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
they got that mentality.
They're very selfish. Very selfish.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you got a choice. You want to chat online or not, but I mean, this is the way to go. Unless it's confirmed, it's gonna be confirmed. Unless they show it or not, but we just gotta wait and see about that. But it will suck with that. But like I said, it's just a preference for anyone. Like they want to chat or not.
Yeah, like I heard somebody say on Twitter. I ain't gonna say her name, but she was like, I'm married. I don't need anybody else to talk to.
What the fuck does that mean?
Exactly. Like, what's that have to do with anything?
When you're playing multiplayer game, like you don't want to talk to your teammates. Like that's fucking
exactly.
stupid.
Like
it's like you want to lose all the time.
So many people retweeted it. It was like I was like
me and Real and 100 and some of the other guys. We were playing Gears of War Horde mode. Half the fun was just like hanging out and chilling while we were playing.
Exactly.
Like I don't understand.
I feel like
back
before internet, when people were playing games, they didn't have nobody house to go chill at.
I think it's silly if they do this again. Like, I don't even know. I'll probably be really, really mad, to be honest. They can't do this again. But I feel like if the only thing that could save them in this is if they allow like a Bluetooth or some type of wireless option for headphones, or if the Joy-Con grip at least has a headphone jack. I think that's the only way they can save it. Or maybe it's just at the top of the Pro Controller. We don't know.
I really hope there's still time. Technically, they could revise the controller. Maybe it's not done production yet. Maybe they can add a microphone jack. But like that controller is clearly what is supposed to be the main controller. Like that is going to be the most comfortable. That's the one you're going to sit at home and use. And not having a headphone jack is just stupid.
I feel like they're gonna make a stupid
big hammer right here.
I feel like they're gonna make a stupid universe like Miiverse and be like, well, you can use the tablet and text your friends with Nintendo Messenger.
Oh my god, please no.
I don't think so, because that's like they're not gonna be doing the dual screen thing.
Yeah. Like Miiverse could work if it was integrated to the OS. The only reason Miiverse is so fucking useless is because on the Wii U, if you get a message on it, you have to hope that you know you got a message, close whatever you were doing, open the Miiverse app separately, go check if you got a message, and then go back to what you were doing before.
Yeah, because that's what makes me wonder. Is like, are they gonna throw voice chat in there and stuff like that? But like I said, one of those wait and see, to confirm that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's something we need to. Yeah, we do need to wait for them to confirm if there's some sort of
servers.
voice chat.
Oh yeah, what about the servers? I mean, the way it plays online, because the one, of course, we know on the Wii U is dog shit.
I don't think the servers online are going to change. They're not going to all of a sudden get dedicated servers. Like, that's not happening.
But they better have more this time, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest and say I don't think I'll be playing any Nintendo games online.
Not even Mario Kart?
Well, that's you, because I want to play Mario Kart and stuff.
Yeah, same here.
I want to play
I've
Mario
been so
Kart.
displeased with the online service that I don't even want to try it. I don't want to put myself through it.
You got that burn.
I've given up on them
I've
having.
never had a bad experience with the online on Nintendo except for Smash Bros. To be honest,
That's the only game you really have to play for 3DS that's online.
Well, I don't have a. Well, I don't play Smash on 3DS. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's just dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, in Pokemon, there's nothing else on 3DS to play online.
Well, the first
the only
mistake is
reason
playing
Pokemon-
online games on 3DS. That's the first mistake.
Yep.
But I mean, it would be the same example for this being a tablet.
Not really.
Not if it's docked.
No.
Because chances are the dock has an Ethernet port.
But then I have to remember,
not
Retro.
docked,
You're like a handheld guy, so that's from your perspective. I apologize. I didn't mean to make it seem like your perspective.
Your battery life's going to go from 3 hours down to 2 hours if you're on Wi-Fi.
Probably
That's
1.5.
Yeah.
Oh God. So yeah, that's interesting. Unfortunate, really. I'm not very happy with that because otherwise that controller looks really good.
Exactly.
If that's the case, that's going to be a really big bummer, and I hope everybody makes a big deal out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, if it's true, like I hope these idiots don't come out and say, "Oh, it's okay. I don't want to talk to anyone."
Boys damage controlling this bullshit.
Weirdos. Why don't we talk about something that's potentially very exciting? And this is something that Nia's kind of the one that brought this all to light. Like, what if the Switch can use Nvidia's GeForce experience and shadow play and stuff like that? Because obviously, this is at its core an Nvidia Shield tablet version 2. So it has the potential to do this stuff. Like, well, Nia, why don't you kind of talk about this, like the features of the GeForce experience, since you kind of know a lot about this stuff?
I don't really know that much about it. It's kind of just like secondhand, because like Lynn, iPod One reviewer, she has a Shield tablet, and then my friend Digital Man, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen him across the community. He also has an Nvidia Shield tablet, and he was telling me about how the Nvidia Shield could pretty much do anything that an Nvidia GeForce graphics card could do, and that includes shadow play, like being able to record footage of your games like right from the device, being able to stream straight to Twitch, and it's super seamless and easy to do. And when we talk about the online features and things about the Nintendo Switch, a lot of people are still jaded because we just got off of a really, really bad generation with the Wii U. And trust me, I'm in the same boat. Like, I am still skeptical about the Nintendo Switch, even though I think that the idea, the concept itself is very promising. But we also have to remember that at its core, the Nintendo Switch is a glorified Nvidia Shield tablet. So it's very possible that it could still have some similar features to what's already inside of the Nvidia Shield devices. But the only, thing that I'm wondering too is how will what DNA is doing and what Nvidia's part in this, like if they collide, because I don't really know exactly what it is that DNA are supposed to be doing. Are they just doing like the cloud stuff and the account stuff? Is that pretty much the extent of what they're doing, or are they kind of reshaping their entire like OS? Like, can somebody?
I was under the impression they are restructuring Nintendo's online.
Okay,
like so that's what I got from what their job is.
Okay, So if that's the case, then there might not be so much collision between Nvidia and DNA, and it's very possible that that rumored share button that we heard about some time ago could be a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very exciting
possibility. If you look at the pictures of the controller, there's this one mystery button on it.
Right.
And like, that, I think, would be the share button.
It's either, I feel like it was probably either the share button or if it has something to do with NFC for like Amiibo.
Ugh, I hope it's nothing that dumb.
It better not be that, because if so, then that's
going
to be disappointing.
Because the Amiibo, you wouldn't even need a button for it. Like, you could just have a sensor built into the controller.
Very true. So it could be the share button.
That's how it's on the gamepad. You just kind of, there's no real button for it. You just place it on the gamepad.
Like maybe where that Nintendo Switch logo is at. Maybe that's where the sensor is. See, now I'm thinking that it could possibly be a share button.
I think it is.
Because, I mean, who were the people behind that rumor? Was it the same people who were pretty much spot on with the... Because if it was... I don't remember who said it, but a lot of those rumors that we heard were, like, actually true.
They were, like, dead on.
And, like, if the share button was made by the same people, it's a possibility that, like, Nvidia did Nintendo a solid and were like, you know what, fam? Go ahead and use our shadow play. We got you. Like, that would be so
I don't
good.
see why they wouldn't do it.
It has the functionality, obviously.
Yeah, it's going to have the functionality built into the device anyways.
Right.
They're making it pretty much. And, like, why not do it? It's going to solve their streaming issue. And the recording, like Shadowplay, when I had my Nvidia card, Shadowplay is awesome.
Yeah.
Streaming to YouTube and Twitch is like, it only takes like 2 buttons to do. It's seamless. Even if you want to record gameplay, like it records at high quality and you don't even lose any frames while you're playing.
That's awesome.
It's incredible.
See, yeah.
So that's something they could definitely use. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Like the thing that kind of makes me feel like it's a possibility that that's something that they can do is the fact that Nvidia seems to be very involved. You know, like how in the past when, you know, Nintendo would bring out certain consoles or even like pretty much any console maker, like they would be made by, you know, some of the big, like, you know, chip and card makers or things like that. But it was never made like a big deal by these companies.
Right.
So the fact that Nvidia is making it a big deal and even posting about it on their blog and all of that, like they have to have had some type of partnership or some type of deal on this. Yeah, like they have to have had some type of like input when it comes down to the console.
Like with AMD and the Wii U, we didn't really even know it was AMD for the most part until the device was torn apart.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like they're making it a big deal and they're making it known like, hey, we're working with Nvidia, and Nvidia's like, yo, we're working with Nintendo. So like something is going on.
This is a big deal because usually the console manufacturers use AMD. So for Nintendo to switch over to Nvidia, there has to be a reason.
Right. Yeah. Some type of secret deal, some secret partnerships going on.
Yeah. What?
Nintendo could hit a home run if they actually supported YouTube. I mean, if they are actually using NVIDIA, imagine if they embraced people uploading videos and allowed them to just use NVIDIA Shield to like do like little recordings and stuff. Then they wouldn't have to, you know, go to that Asian shop. I can't remember what it's called to get that little hack thing that you use for the 3DS to like record. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
The built-in recorder card thing.
Mm-hmm. That capture card thingy.
Yeah.
I could see it happening, man. I don't think it's too far-fetched, if I'm to be honest.
The freaking Shield can do it already. Like, there's no reason this thing shouldn't be able to.
The only thing that really kind of comes into play is have Nintendo warmed up to the idea. That's really the only thing that could hold us back. Because we know that it has the capabilities of doing it. It's whether or not Nintendo is allowing it to happen.
That we'll have to see. Because if this thing can do the shadow play and the streaming stuff, that's fantastic. That's going to be seamless. It'll be easier, or at least as easy as it is on the Xbox and the PS4. That would be
contrary to what some people are trying to tell you, you don't have to have it on the dock to do it. You can just do it.
You wouldn't have to do that. I don't know where that information comes from, but you wouldn't have to do that because the Shield can do it without any sort of dock.
So stupid.
But yeah, that is very exciting about this thing. I want to know more about that because the GeForce experience is one of the best things Nvidia offers with their video cards, other than obviously the power.
Very true.
Well, let's see. What else can we talk about today? I don't want to talk about fuckboys. Let's talk about more Nintendo stuff because it's exciting to talk about Nintendo right now.
Okay, well, let's talk about this then. Do you think that those games that we saw are ports of Wii U games with like some extra DLC, or do you think those are like actual like legit sequels?
I think they're enhanced ports.
You think they're enhanced ports? But like, here's my thing with that. With Mario Kart, if that's an enhanced port, like that's a really, well, I can't really say it's really big, but that's definitely a change in mechanics though. Like that's a mechanical
adding the second
change.
weapon?
Yeah.
But again, like it was the same map.
I mean, but how many? I mean, it's not like it's unprecedented for Nintendo to like reimagine maps in Mario Kart.
But
they've done it
map
so many
in a row, though?
They've done it.
I don't know. I think that's if it's a new one, I'm not going to be complaining. Obviously, I'm just saying like considering that Mario Kart 8 took them 6 years to make, I don't think they could have made Mario Kart 9 this quickly.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I don't know. It could be an enhanced port.
Like, even if it's an enhanced port, like it's going to be different enough.
Yeah.
Like we saw King Boo in there, and I think Dry Bones was in there. So there's at least 2 new characters, and you have the dual weapons now. That alone is going to make the game feel different, anyways.
To be honest, if they're enhanced ports, I actually wouldn't have a problem with that. Because I know, like when they first talked about, there was that rumor saying that there were going to be a couple of ports from the Wii U coming to the Switch. What was it? It was like Splatoon and
there was Splatoon,
Mario Kart,
Smash, Mario Kart, and potentially Mario Maker.
Right, because like at that point in time, I was like, I don't really know if I want ports. I kind of want new games, but if they're enhanced ports and like they feel and look different enough, I'd be okay with that.
Right.
Like if that Mario Kart could have like some type of double dash mode, even though it was only one kart racer in the kart. This is just wishful thinking. I would be so okay with that. Or if they actually make a good battle mode.
Oh, if they put a battle mode, I will be so happy.
Like that's
I'd be cool with the way throw something different in there, like different looks. They'll probably throw some more characters in there other than the ones that they show, but probably some hidden ones in there. Just do some racing modes or just battle modes, probably to unlock them, that kind of thing.
And
I'll be all over Mario Kart. I mean,
Splatoon looked like it was a different game though. Because that was a new map, and they had different hairstyles and stuff.
And different animations, too, when they came out of the spawn point.
But I think with
and pants!
The development time for Splatoon is a lot faster than Mario Kart, because the graphics and stuff and the assets and whatever, they're way less quality than Mario Kart. So it doesn't take as long. So that might be a new game, because it's just a shooting game. There's no real story or anything like that. Maybe they can make a Splatoon every 2 years or something.
Exactly, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, let's be honest, it's not like there's a whole lot to Splatoon. They could make a sequel easily.
Right. Yeah. All they need to do is like add a couple weapons, change some colors around, change the maps, and then it's a new game. Sure, kind of like Call of Duty, but with Squids.
Yeah, but here's the other thing with Mario Kart is just so broad that the way they keep.
Yeah, Mario Kart is their most graphically impressive game, I think.
What are we talking about, guys? I've been gone for a while. What are we talking about?
We're talking about the games that we saw. Do you think they're new or like enhanced ports, like Mario Kart and Splatoon?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, as far as Splatoon goes, that one might actually be new. That one might not be a port. But I think Mario Kart is a port, most likely.
What about that Mario, though?
That's new. That's definitely
Mario. The way he just runs in different directions and stuff.
Yeah, that Mario looks like the successor to Mario 64 and Sunshine.
I need that. Like, I've never needed a Mario game, but I think I need that one.
I was very happy when I saw that game.
Like an actual full-blown 3D Mario. Like, oh my god! Like, I really enjoy a 3D world, but being able to like run around in like a Mario world, like you were able to do in 64, like I'm here for that.
Yep.
That was I want to see is like a redemption on Metroid, a redemption on Star Fox.
Yes, I would love that.
An enhanced port of Star Fox would be fantastic. Get rid of the stupid gamepad garbage. Make it a normal flying game, a normal Star Fox game. Yeah, that game would be fantastic.
That is just wishful thinking, Alex.
No, that is logical thinking. That game bombed because of Miyamoto and his stupid gamepad.
If they could do an enhanced an enhanced Star Fox Zero with normal controls, then I would give it a shot.
They would have to speed up the gameplay though, because like Star Fox Zero is really slow.
That Color Splash bomb, dude.
Well, it's because it's whatever. It's the last game on the Wii U. No one's gonna buy it.
Nobody cares about that game right now.
Well, 40,000 copies the first week global. Oh my gosh, that's bad.
Oh, it was that bad?
It's a dead system anyway. Like, what's the point?
40,000.
Wow, that's as terrible as Xbox One.
You might as well just bury that in the grave right now. Throw it in the grave. Just bury it in.
I wonder
That's
why.
unfortunate. That game wasn't very good.
Nobody cares about the Wii U. Like people have to care about the hardware to care about the software.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
But poor Star Fox.
Send the Wii out to that desert in New Mexico. Just bury it along with those Atari
Star
games.
Fox deserved better than that.
Star Fox definitely deserved better.
Yeah, because Miyamoto's meddling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that game, if it got ported over and like an enhanced port, that would be great.
Yep.
We could talk about whether or not we think that now that the since Nintendo only has to worry about one device instead of two, what games could they be making instead of making duplicates? Because remember, like whenever they were making games for like the 3DS and then the Wii U, you would get essentially similar like types of games, but they had to worry about making one compatible for the 3DS and one compatible for the Wii U.
Yeah, like 3D Land and 3D World.
Right. Like instead of making a 3D Land and a 3D World, we could just have one really good Mario game while everyone else is working on a completely different game.
Yeah. That's the most exciting part, is that they're only focusing on one device now.
Yep.
No more split.
That's why I'm excited, man. It's gonna bring back more Nintendo fans.
They should make a Mario Double Dash too.
I feel like a lot of people can't wrap their mind around that yet.
Like a lot of people are like, I don't understand how that means they could get more games out now. It's like, how don't you understand? They have more hands now. That's the
people
that's the
working
thing.
on less things. Like what? How would that not increase output?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know Square Enix fans understand that concept.
Exactly, they do. It's very simple math. If you have, let's make it a really simple: 100 people, 2 devices. That's 50 people on each device. Or if you have 100 people working on one device, that's twice as fast. Yep. Very simple.
So expect Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy coming. Square Enix they supported 3DS. Capcom supported 3DS with Monster Hunter, Resident Evil Revelations.
Oh my god, Monster Hunter on my TV again. Yes.
Monster Hunter on the TV.
Man, like a lot of these 3DS games, like we're gonna get it in HD.
And obviously, the big one being Pokemon.
Pokemon on 3DS, Monster Hunter on 3DS, pretty much all of the Square Enix RPGs on the TV. Like, oh my gosh.
Pokemon's gonna look good on TV. They got cinematics and stuff now.
Yep. Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget. What was that? That Mario Luigi. What was that? Paper Jam. That was a fun game. I saw my wife play. It looks really fun.
And that games like that are on your TV now.
Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright on your TV.
That's Mario we've been wanting. Something like that.
Animal Crossing on your TV if you're an Animal Crossing person.
Yeah, and then Project Cross
possibilities. Project Cross on your TV.
Festival yes, I love it.
Oh my god, no.
those three companies, Namco, Capcom, and Sega. Like, dang.
Like, think about all of the good 3DS games that could have been on the Wii U. Like, all of those top tier games on one device that you could play on your TV. Come on, like that's a win-win.
I mean, I like those old Castlevanias on the 3D.
I
like that one Castlevania game.
If you merge the Wii U games and 3DS games together on one console, even if you don't get all the third-party games, you're not even gonna notice.
We didn't talk about all the other games, those other games that they had.
All those Zelda games that could have just been one Zelda game, one good Zelda game.
That would be like 7 Zelda games on one console.
Man, that's a lot, dude.
I don't think we need that many Zelda games. I'm saying we could put those on other projects.
Luigi's
and make other games. Maybe we could finally get an F-Zero because we have more hands now.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So
many possibilities.
It's exciting time right now.
They better not squander it because I'm excited for Nintendo stuff right now. They need to do it right.
Exactly.
The possibilities are there.
Triple Deluxe, was it Planet? What was it?
Oh yeah, we can finally we can start getting good Kirby games again.
Like it's a lot, dude. A lot of good 3DS games.
3DS got the good Kirby games, like Wii U got the bad one.
Persona Q.
They should make a game called Kirby Switch where you tag team between Kirby and Meta Knight.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Everybody hates Meta.
Meta Knight's awesome.
Yes.
If he had his Smash Bros stats, you would never lose in the game.
Exactly.
That's true.
But I guess we are past the dark times with the Wii U, so we got a promising future, man. I'm really excited.
Only if Nintendo takes a hold of that potential,
that opportunity,
and they utilize it to the best of their abilities. But
I just can't wait for. I just can't wait for a conference where they make a bunch of Switch puns, like Wii Who. We're switching gears.
Oh my god! No.
Oh shit! Dave J said Metroid Switch Federation Force HD.
Metroid Federation Switch.
Metroid Federation Switch. No.
What else can we really talk about? I think we talked about all the topics here.
Federation Force Game of the Year. What the hell?
That shit. Calm down. Please calm down.
I think Federation Force would be better received if one had had better graphics and if it was on
and it wasn't called Metroid.
Yes, it wasn't called
Metroid. I think it was mostly the art style that turned people off. Though.
Yeah, the art, because the core gameplay looks just like a Halo knockoff, so that could have been good, but like the art style is shit, and you called it Metroid for some reason.
Right.
Because I actually like the Federation Force soldiers. I think they're interesting. I remember when I was playing Metroid Prime 3, like I would just go around and listen to them like have conversations and like that, you know, that air base or whatever, the spaceship or whatever they were in. It's just the way that they did that game. It was just like, oh my god, this is just so whack. Why would you do this?
Right.
It could have been great, but it wasn't. RIP.
That's true.
I feel like with the Wii U, they just ran out of ideas and panicked.
They never had any ideas.
Yeah,
I don't think they had ideas.
Think of the meddling that was been involved. That's what killed it.
Like, cause like when you look at the way that they debuted the Wii U, and then you look at the way that they debuted the Switch, it looks like they actually have an idea. Like they actually tried. Like there was some thought process behind this idea versus the Wii U.
Exactly. Like I don't think they knew how to market the fucking Wii U at all, which is alarming in its own right. But like, I don't know what to say. Like it's crazy that they tried to sell a console like that, but obviously didn't sell well. But it looks like this time around they don't have that issue because like
I feel like I would have respected the Wii U more if Nintendo was just honest and called it the Nintendo Piggyback.
Wow.
I mean, let's be honest. That's really what the Wii U 2 was. It was a coattails of the Wii success.
That reminds me. That's what I wanted to talk about. We forgot about this. The fuckboys who are, well, not really fuckboys. The people who won't let the Wii U go with the dual screen experience. That was supposed to be the last topic. So let's talk about that for a second. The Wii U's gamepad, I think we can all agree at this point, was a universal failure. From concept to design to
implementation.
Everything about it was bad. The gamepad battery is awful. The touchscreen is awful. The size of the gamepad is too big. It's comfortable if you have big hands, but if you don't, it's not comfortable. You have to use it, even to just navigate the system. Bad design. Everything about the gamepad was bad. So why would anyone want this to transfer over to the new console when majority of people who don't have any interest in the gamepad, their main reason interest in the Wii U, the main reason they say is because they don't want to use the stupid gamepad. Why do people want this to transfer over and ruin the new console? That shit is crazy to me. Like, are you trying to? Like, you just want it to sabotage the new console? Like, that's insane.
Exactly. I mean, they're drunk. They're high.
So he just can't let go, man.
Like, you gotta just understand Nintendo was wrong. The 2-screen experience for a home console doesn't work. It's proven not to work. Nintendo proved it doesn't work. They only made one game that it actually makes sense, and that's Mario Maker. Right. It ruined Star Fox. In 3D World, you blow into it. That's all. And you touch some blocks. It's stupid. Most of the time, all it is a map or an inventory system. But again, you can have a map on your screen on a HUD, or you can have your inventory on a screen. Either way, if you're looking down at your gamepad, or if you paused your game to change your inventory, either way, the game is paused. Like, it makes no difference.
Either way, you're not looking at your TV.
Exactly. You cannot do both things at once. It's not possible. So the whole concept of the gamepad was a complete failure. So I don't understand why people are so upset that the Switch isn't going to have the 2-screen experience. To me, when I saw that, I was happy because I realized, yay, we can play this like a normal console. It's not going to be tied down to nonsense. And another reason that's exciting is because third-party developers had no interest in using the gamepad. It was another device. It was a separate device that's stealing power from the main console because you have to display on 2 different displays the same image. So it's sucking up all the power, and a lot of the games couldn't even run on the Wii U because of that. And they want this to happen on the new console. It makes no sense. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Are these people insane? Why don't we start with you, Nia?
Yes, they're insane. I think a lot of it are the fact that people felt slighted by the Wii U, and they feel like Nintendo still owes them that experience. And I can see how they feel that way. Especially if you were like a day one buyer, if you bought it within the first year, you feel like Nintendo owes you something.
Nintendo, give me that 2-screen experience.
Like they feel like Nintendo owes us. And you know what? I can't be mad at them because Nintendo spent the whole generation trying to convince us that this was the right thing for them. But at the end of the day,
they switched that up.
Nobody wanted it. I mean, it just is what it is. And it's like I said in my video, sometimes console makers do things that just don't catch on. That's life. You just got to deal with it and move on. Like with the Vita, PlayStation made the Vita. It didn't catch on. They had to move on. And that's the reason why they're not talking about it anymore. And the same thing with Microsoft and the Kinect. It didn't catch on. They stopped talking about it. Like, it's the same thing with the Wii U and second screen. It didn't catch on. They have to move on. And it's good for us gamers to move on to. It just is what it is, really.
Yeah. Like,
it's okay.
Didn't work.
Just
Sometimes
move on.
Things just don't work.
It feels like Nintendo fans are in a special denial, though. Because, I mean, the Kinect was bad, and Xbox fans got over it. But the Vita was actually good, and Sony fans still got over it. Like, the Wii U was bad. it was bad. I bought it used, played it for 2 weeks, and then wanted to give it away again.
Yeah. It's not a great console, and a lot of the problems are because of that gamepad.
Right.
The second screen experience is just terrible.
Like the console, the way that it was designed is just not good.
It wasted so much electricity.
Again, like the electricity.
But it's true though. I mean, you live in your own apartment and you paying bills, and you gotta charge that crap so much while playing the console, which means you got other electricity running in your house. Plus that's gonna add up.
Yeah, you see your bill sky high. Yeah,
I'm cheap. You know what I do with my 3DS? I play it, and then when the battery becomes red, I turn it off. Then I charge it up and do something else. Then when it's charged, I take it off the charger and play again.
Right. Okay. Real, what is your thoughts on this? Like, are you upset that there's no 2-screen experience this time around, or do you think they made the right call by getting rid of it?
First of all, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, man, I'm glad Nintendo's going back to this traditional home console first. So, no gimmicks in front of your face. You got a controller in front of your face. We got to remember that a lot of these people, probably kids, probably like maybe about 15 to 18 years old. Y'all got to remember 10 years ago when the Wii came out, you know, like a lot of these are like either teenagers or young adults, maybe 18, 19 years old. So they was basically brought up with Nintendo, and around the time Nintendo, they basically changed their ways as far as console gaming. And the Wii was a massive success, but it was kind of their biggest failure at the same time. But you know, a lot of these kids or young adults were so used to Nintendo's gimmicks, the motion controls, the dual screens. You know, probably some of them old 3DS or so. I guess they wanted their dual screen on their console as well. So, you know, it's just a lot of them just don't want no change, and they just don't see the problems what the gamepad has been. With the Wii U, they are still in the denial. And as far as the mass market appeal, it just did not appeal to the mass market, in which they don't understand. So I'm pretty much think that a lot of these are kids that don't know better. They don't know how this market work. And like I said, I'm glad Nintendo actually listened this time. I'm glad that they're actually using young adults to the 20s and 30s to promote their console. And I'm glad that whenever that dude that had that big ass, enormous looking dog, whenever he was playing his Zelda game, it was huge. I'm glad that I did not see no dual screen. I'm glad he didn't touch no screen while he was playing. You know what he was doing when he was playing the game? He was looking at the damn TV with a damn controller in his hand. That's what I want with a Nintendo system. That is what I want. And I'm glad that they market it like that. And I'm just relieved on how they dealt with this advertising again. But like I say, man, it's just really just kids that's freaking in the now, man. They don't know better, so they're very irrelevant, and I just don't give a damn. They can go to hell.
To add on to what Real said, I know I already had my chance, but I forgot to say this when I was talking to add on to what Real was saying about how a lot of it is just people, you know, just kind of, I guess, used to Nintendo's gimmicks or whatever. Like me and you, like Alex said this the other day, and I think he was live streaming. What you were live streaming, was it Rise or something like that? And you said something that really made so much sense. Like, the Nintendo Switch is so normal at its core that people don't know how to handle it. It's not like some gimmicky nonsense. It's the most normal thing they've done in
over
long
10 years
time.
of weird stuff.
We don't like change.
It's so normal.
Hill's frozen over.
The best thing is shutting up the haters. Like when they be like, "Oh, it's gonna be underpowered again." You know, it's using the same technology as a tablet that has better graphics than your Xbox and PlayStation, right?
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just funny. I don't know. I just like, people need to get over this dual screen thing. Like, if you love your dual screen so much, keep playing your Wii U that has no games, and we'll be moving on to the console that's going to get supported. I'm sorry.
What kills me is I don't understand why people defend the dual screen on the Wii U, because people hate it on the 3DS.
That's the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
It's the same reason to hate it.
No.
The only difference is on the 3DS it works.
Exactly.
I guarantee you, this is gonna break them at 10s or 20s or 30s of millions of ex-Nintendo hardcore gamers.
Oh yeah.
This could be interesting. Let's predict first month projection sales.
It's kind of hard because we want to know the
month. Well, it's just for fun. It doesn't matter if we're right or wrong. Does anybody, like, the first month of the Wii U was about 3 to 4 million, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where do you guys think this is gonna fall in?
Well, quick question: what games come out for Sony and Xbox around March?
Nothing. March is a dead month.
Oh no! Actually, March is Ghost Recon. March is Ghost Recon.
Oh yeah, it's just Ghost Recon. They're good to go.
So let's assume we have Zelda, Mario, and Mario Kart.
Damn.
Because they showed those three. I'm gonna assume those are already at launch.
Zelda and Mario Kart?
Zelda and Mario Kart? Oh,
are we doing this round table style, or is this
yeah, let's go round table. Let's start with Unia then.
Oh shoot, me? Okay. How much do I think it would sell if it comes out with Zelda and Mario Kart?
In the first month.
Jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna do it based on Zelda and Mario Kart. And then also based on the reception for this, like how Real Gamer was just saying, is that a lot of ex-Nintendo fans are really excited about this. Like, I know so many people who skipped out on the Wii U who are Nintendo fans, and it hurt them that they had to miss out on all these Nintendo games. But the console itself was not appealing to them. So I could see this not only being good for Nintendo guys, but ex-Nintendo guys too, or even maybe even PlayStation, Xbox, and PC guys who are just intrigued. So with that being said, I could see it doing about 5 to 6 million in a month, considering those statistics, as well as launching with a big Zelda game and then also a Mario Kart. That's a conservative amount.
Actually. Yeah.
But the reason why I say that amount is because I think there will still be some people who are just kind of going to take the wait and see approach because of what happened with the Wii U.
Right.
Like, I think that if people don't catch on within the first month, within the first year, when it shows and proves the library that it has, we're going to see a lot of people like getting on board within the first year.
Okay. All right. So you're on for 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Retro.
All right, I'm gonna bet down a little bit, and I would say 1 to 2 million.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
In a month?
Are you serious?
In a whole month?
In a month.
With Zelda and Mario?
Here's why. Let me explain my point first. Let me explain my point first.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Get out of here. Next person.
Listen here. Y'all just mad because I'm about to be extra real right now.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
Okay, figure this. Those are big titles, but you have to remember how many Nintendo fans have been burned in the past. Yes, this looks good, but it's going to take a while to convince them. What a lot of people are really going to be waiting for is not just necessarily the titles, but they're going to be waiting for big companies like IGN and stuff, which we hate because, you know, their reviews are bull, but a lot of the casual fans are really going to be depending on their reviews and what they say about the Nintendo Switch before they really pick it up. So they're going to need that time to hear all these other big YouTubers, IGN, stuff like that review it and hear what they have to say before they give it a chance. I mean, all podcasts we just talked about haters and some of the points they had that made 0 sense to hating on it because they're still a biased against this system.
Okay, so Retro is in for 1 million. So let's...
I understand, like, casuals, they don't look at articles and IGN and game reviews. They don't. They go by...
They don't read articles, but they'll watch a video from IGN that's 3 minutes or so.
But you also have to look at the reception it already has, though.
Exactly. It depends on the marketing. If Nintendo markets this system the way they need to, then just word of mouth and the TV commercials is going to convince them to buy a Nintendo Switch. Look at the Wii.
But see, that's the other thing, too. We don't know how much we're going to hear later because they're still currently silent now. So that's a bet on if they will or if they won't either. I'm kind of on the side that they're not going to say anything anytime soon.
Okay, so we got Nia at 5, Retro at 1. Real, what are you at?
I thought about 10 million.
Y'all laughing, but watch me win.
I thought about 10 million. I don't want to be too high. I'm gonna just go just a little bit above Nia. I said between 6 and 8. The reason why, because like I said this before the podcast, it's hyping up PlayStation channels, it's hyping up Xbox channels, it's hyping up a lot of ex-Nintendo fans that's been with PlayStation, Xbox these past few years because Nintendo has been disappointing them. And ever since they saw that trailer, man, it's been a lot of positive reception with Nintendo, and a lot of people, they are finally relieved that Nintendo is getting away from the gimmicks as far as our home console goes. So that I'm looking at a lot of videos. I'm looking at I won't say pre-orders. I tried to pre-order at GameStop, but no, they're not doing that right now. So right now it's a long line. I'm in a waiting list right now, long waiting list. It's not the first GameStop that's doing that. One of my subscribers said EB Games in Canada got a long waiting list. I was at GameStop the other day. I was talking about it, and some lady that looks like she's in her 40s. She was like, you know what? I heard about that Nintendo Switch. I really do like the concept of it. So when are y'all starting pre-ordering? Like everybody knows about that. Y'all gotta take into the fact that Nintendo got their highest view count in history, or their history, on YouTube, over 17-something million views, almost 500,000 likes versus 20,000 dislikes. Everybody is loving this idea. And like I say, a lot of ex-Nintendo fans is coming back to the system. And when you got a mainline Mario game, a 3D Mario game, a Zelda, a beautiful-looking Zelda game, and possibly Mario Kart, some ports coming out, and some third-party support, come on, man. 2 million. Come on, Retro, bro. Come on. And with the right advertisement, like, come on, man.
There's something else you got to remember, too, though. I mean, positive feedback on advertisement doesn't necessarily mean somebody's going to buy a product, too. I mean, they couldn't like an ad and not actually buy it. That is a thing. Just keep that in mind.
Right.
Also, again, we don't know what news we're going to get later down the road. They may actually say something that people don't agree with that make them angry. We don't know what we're going to hear up until March.
But you gotta remember, us hardcore gamers, like, we are the minorities when it comes to gaming news and articles and stuff. Casuals, they the one that goes by word of mouth. They the one that goes by TV commercials. Oh, they be like, oh, this looks cool. I'm gonna get it. Look at the Wii. In that case, then the Wii consumers would have came to the Wii U.
But see, that's my other point too. The casuals are the type of guys that listen to what people at GameStop say, and I think we could be honest and say that GameStop is pro Xbox, pro Sony.
Yeah, but you got remember, even though this system it looks like it's catering towards the casuals, but it's still a hardcore system because it's the console first. Like when you're at home, you ain't got to worry about that gimmick shit. Right. And that's why I said a lot of ex-Nintendo fans is returning back to the system, and the casuals that was with the mobile, after the Wii, after they see all the advertising, they're gonna come back to Nintendo. You got all the ex-Nintendo fans that from Super Nintendo, the NES, Nintendo 64, and you got the people from the Wii all coming together. That's basically what I'm looking at right here. And so
I'm glad you made that point. I'm glad you made that point real. People are so laser focused on the fact that this is a tablet that they forget that if you are a hardcore gamer, this is still for you.
Yeah.
Right. Don't get it twisted. This is still a console that appeals to core gamers like us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it's a console first.
So, real, you were 7 or 8?
Let's say 6.5. 6.5.
Oh,
6.5. Oh shit. Okay.
Are you writing this down? I hope you ain't taking notes.
Of course I am.
We can reference this video, yo. When it comes out, we can reference this.
I'm putting it in my notepad. I'm down for 1 million.
Put it in the description.
Oh yeah, I'll just put it in the description.
Put it in the description on our hypothesis.
Especially it's coming out during a dry month and tax season. Come on, man. Everybody can have a lot of money to burn.
Real is down for 6.5.
Right. A lot of people got money to burn in March tax season. People spend money for no damn reason.
Retro 1 LOL. Okay. Sinister, what was your number?
I say I'll probably go a little bit above what Nia said. I say 5.5 million.
Okay.
My reason is, just like the big names like the Marios, the Zeldas, or probably even Pokemon. Think about it. Like I said, like those fans that got burned before, bringing them back, something like that. And plus, the way they advertise it, gimmick it right and stuff like that. They would something that we sold out in seconds. Just that name alone, when people who pre-ordered it and just put their money down, they'd be camped at the store all night just to get their hands on one.
Okay,
if the
so
advertisement
you're down for 5 then?
Anything like that preview trailer, it's GG.
Yeah, exactly.
Because think about it. Just people just keep spreading that word like wildfire up until that time, and then come on, between now and March, they'll tell them what they do just to bring in more hypeness, just to get those fans right to the doors. Come on, they want to see all that federal green.
I will admit the advertising does matter a lot. Because my aunt was saying she just saw the commercial and she was like, I thought Nintendo retired like Sega. Like she thought they were done.
Okay.
Nintendo's got over millions. Billions, excuse me. They got billions of dollars.
I know you like sales, so why don't you let us know what you think?
Sales.
I know he lives for sales.
Yeah, but other than that,
Oh, I don't think it's here.
I just say like at least I say five. You know, like say five and a half mil, not 5.5 million. Because like I said, I mean, something like that would bring fans back. I mean, come on. Yeah, this is like redemption. This is the redemption here.
Yeah.
I got a question. Like, remember when they said that we could get a mainline Mario game and a Pokemon game within 6 months?
Yeah.
So what happened when Nintendo actually spilled the beans and we find out we're gonna get a Pokemon MMO? Let's think about that.
When did they say that they were going to try to get a Pokemon and a?
I forgot. I'm not sure if it was Emily Rogers.
That was a rumor. That wasn't official.
Nah, they confirmed.
Okay.
No, I know
recording
it was official. It was a rumor. But
Yeah.
what happened if these actually a lot of rumors was true? Like
A
what
lot
happened
of them
if
were
we?
true.
Yeah. So what happened if? Well, we pretty much that Mario game's confirmed, but
But again,
the
we're
Pokemon
talking about
game-
first month though, so
Yeah, but
6
here's
months doesn't
another-
matter.
yeah. Okay. First month.
So,
okay.
Nick, I don't know if you've been listening, but we're trying to just having a little guessing game. First month sales of the Switch.
Oh, hold on, Alex. Before you get to Nick, I mean,
Yeah.
I just want to say about Pokemon, because just hearing that name Pokemon on the Switch, come on, you think about it. You can see a lot of excited kids.
Yeah,
Well, if it's Pokemon, it's automatically like 10 million because the
yeah. Pokemon
will-
alone equals
If
50
you know
million.
Pokemon's not coming out immediately, but if people know that Pokemon's coming to the console, they're gonna buy the Switch day one because they know it's coming.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's like all that text. Like, think about all that federal green, especially all that text federal green in their hands. All those stores, yes, we want that green. Come, you know you want this. You know your kids want this.
right.
And they don't have to buy a new TV for it either.
Hey, you got Black Friday and all that stuff ahead of time.
Man, Nintendo got so many IPs. They got so many great IPs. They could just take over this industry, but
But can it do 4K 30, brah?
All right, good. All right,
It can do 4K video at least.
all right, just give it the next
Nick,
then. So,
Let's give Mr. Nick a chance there. He hasn't talked in a while.
Yeah, I want to hear his input.
there he is.
Okay, so what's the topic?
So we're just like having a little guessing game for fun here. What do you think first month sales of the Nintendo Switch? And the condition is that it's launching with the mainline Mario and a mainline Zelda.
4 million.
4 million. Okay, I'll put you down for 4. Hey, a lot of you guys are very conservative. That's very unusual to me. I'm way higher. I'm going with 12.
What?
Oh, man.
And here's the reasoning. Every person that survived the Wii U is going to buy this. And we know that a lot of handheld users are going to be interested in this.
True.
So that's a huge section from the you got to remember the 3DS is over 50 million users. That's a huge install base.
I keep forgetting about them.
Yeah, those people are going to buy the Switch.
Right.
And then on top of that, the new marketing, we saw the YouTube trailer 17. I think they somebody in the chat said they just passed 18 million. So within less than a week, 18 million views. It took the Wii U's YouTube video 5 years, and it's still not even that much, or 4 years, whatever it's been. So
11 million, I think 11 million.
something like that. Like the Wii U's one doesn't even have that much, and it's been out for years. So like there's a huge difference in perception with this console, and people want this one. So I think they could do a lot. I think we could have another Wii situation now. Will Nintendo produce enough, and will be like fighting grandmas to buy these things like with the Wii?
Yeah.
Then we'll be
Friday, I
restricted
can see
to
that.
what they can produce. But let's say they have enough produced, because I think there was one rumor these guys are shipping out 20 million. So I think 12 is doable. So that's my guess, anyways.
I keep forgetting about the 3DS guys. Yeah, the 3DS guys are definitely going to be on board with this, I think.
Yeah, with the buzz they have right now and
that means
the
move over,
potential game
upgrade.
selection at launch, I think even 12, to be honest, is being still a little conservative.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Hey, is that what you said?
I can see them upgrade, but think about a lot of 3DS is going to be traded in just for that.
Bro,
Oh no, they
can pretty
won't.
much
They won't
you
create
can
it.
pretty much guarantee 90% of Wii U owners are going to own this thing off the bat.
3DS fans are super loyal. Like I'm
Yeah.
one of the 1% that's not, but they're super loyal. I have friends that have already 4 3DSs because they always buy a new one and they break
Yeah.
them and
That's
all this
very
other
true.
nonsense.
Yeah, and especially when you're talking about the Pokemon fans, like those guys are super loyal. Each Pokemon game sells around 9 million.
And they buy a capture card every time it breaks too.
Yep. So
Because
like
every Pokemon Gamer is a YouTuber for some reason. I don't know why.
But yeah, so there we go. So we have 6.5 from Real, 5 from Nia, 1 from Retro, 5 from Sinister.
Watch, I'm gonna have to laugh last when I win.
You are not
Just
gonna
wait
have
on
the
it.
last laugh.
If you win, Retro Bro, I'm quitting. I'm gonna delete my channel. I swear.
They'll say that your fans will miss you. You can't die with Sega Real. We love you.
Exactly. You're the last remnants of Sega. And Nick's at 4 million, and I'm at 12 million. So we'll see in a few months' time where we're at. I guess it also depends what day of the month this thing launches at, because obviously if it launches March 29th,
See, there's a lot of variables.
I'm just gonna assume it's March 1st and we get a whole month.
Hey, weeks before.
Hey, here's something from Dr. Blue. He said this is gonna be Nintendo's new slogan. Here's the commercial. Don't be a bitch, Switch. What you think about that?
Well, think about it. I mean, think about it. If the Switch would probably release probably a week before St. Patty's Day, think about it.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna be celebrating, drinking, having their Switch.
Yo, that would actually be fire.
Yeah, think about it. Holiday. I mean, you got a big holiday, St. Patty's Day. People like to drink.
All right, guys, real quick, I gotta take off.
Yeah, we're about to end it now, anyways. Right. So yeah, there we go. First month sales. We'll reconvene in March when this thing is out, or actually in April, so we can kind of see what's going on. So we can just have a little fun with that. But yeah, when we we'll end it off here. When we do our little outros, Nick, we can start with you then.
All right, this is Nick from Game Nick Incorporated. Another episode of Den of Sin is in the books, and yeah, we're unfortunately back in the rumor and speculation bill of the Nintendo Switch, but the only things we know for sure are what it does and what the name is. Now, other than that, it's anybody's guess yet again. Yay. But hey, I guess this is good news for the rumor channels. They get a few more months of life left in them.
What's going on, everybody? Okay, Mr. Retro, what's up?
What's up, YouTube? Retro Bro here. Had a lot of fun tonight, and I would like to say on record that if I do lose this bet on the Switch, I'll buy everyone in the chat a Klondike bar. How about that?
Hey, thank you.
Oh, damn.
You can buy me a damn NX. How about that?
Hey, I'm a college student. I ain't rich.
Okay, let's go with Sinister.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Sinister here, and enjoy this time in the Den of Sin, and just a lot of great debates and stuff like that. But brothers in arms, along with the lady in arms, and here in this Nia there.
Oh, damn it, this guy again. Okay, Real, why don't you go next?
That troll.
Yeah. How many accounts I gotta block here? Shit, this guy's such a fucking loser.
I'll read that shit.
God, this guy must suck his own dick or something.
Oh, man.
That's both odd and gay.
Okay, did you go Real? I wasn't really listening.
I guess, what's up, guys? Your boy, Real Gamer 27. Don't forget to come to the Real Talk with the Real Gamer show on Thursday. It's going to be live. And I'm not sure if we're talking about fuckboys. We talk about fuckboys today. So we normally talk about fuckboys on Alex's channel. So we're going to keep it unbiased, and we're going to just keep it moving, man. And as far as the trolls in the chat, man, come on. Everybody tear his ass up. Who else doing tear their ass up? But that's all I got, man. Appreciate you.
Okay, and Nia.
What is up, everybody? It's your girl Nia, TheVideoGamHer, and thank you, Alex, for allowing me to be on the show today. I feel like I talked to Alex a lot because a lot of the stuff we talked about in this podcast, me and Alex just be talking to each other back and forth on Facebook. Like, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? It's like I feel like I've talked about this to death, to be honest.
Man, y'all a tag team.
A lot of Nintendo talk lately.
Like, it's so much news or rumors and things that have popped up, and it's like, oh my gosh, like,
hey,
I feel like I've talked about this to death, but it's like I'm not tired yet, but at the same time, it's like, God dang, I'm talking about this a lot.
I mean, y'all a tag team, like the way he got his handle. I mean, you got it handled there.
You know.
All right. Of course, always glad to have you on the cast here, Nia. And of course, I am ActivesiN, and this was another episode of The Den of Sin, where we mostly talked about Nintendo today, and then some. We didn't get into the fuck boys because we ran out of time, but that's okay. There's always Reels channel on Thursday.
Oh, there we go.
That's where we
No,
usually.
actually, I'm going back to Xbox. I'm gonna go back to my regular schedule. Xbox news as well too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what else is there to say about Nintendo? Like, it's just it's all been talked about.
It's just
That's
a lot of
good.
news that's been going on.
So much. Like, oh my god, I'm kind of
You pay
exhausted.
attention to my channel. That's all I've been doing is Nintendo content all week. For the past week and a half, no Xbox.
It's
I
so
will go back to Xbox though.
Well, I guess you could say we all switched to some positive Nintendo news.
Boo.
Yeah.
I'm all for the puns. Bring them.
Right. Just,
All right, we're gonna jump out of here. So we will see you on Thursday on Real Talk with the Real Gamer. Fuck boys, guaranteed. Don't worry.
No.
See you later.
All right, guys.